Hello, one and all, to the brand new circuit that we are hosting in Intertwining Face, known as the Masters of the Azure. I am one of two hosts, as Midori, being your second commentator here, and today I am joined by Atkins, you know him, you love him, for a very special event. How about you go ahead and introduce yourself, King?
Hello, what's up? What's good? What's cracking? My name is Kraken Atkins. I'm currently up blazing my blues. Y'all are currently up blazing your blues. Let's all just blaze our blues in the cross tag battle dimension. I'm really hyped about this. Honestly, I wanted to make sure that I was free for all of them, and then I decided to conduct a move, and so a lot of the dates don't line up with things that I have to do in order to live. But I'm free for the first one, and so that makes me insanely hyped. I'm glad this is going on. I'm happy to be here.
You love to see it. We're always happy to have more people to join for some Uber Tag action, and evidently, since the amount of people we have is pretty high today, a lot of others seem to agree. We had a couple of DQs, but we have a nice modest bracket of 16 people for this first prelim. Keep in mind there are 5 of them, so there is going to be plenty of opportunities to join, which means I should quickly explain what's going on here before we actually get into our first match. So this is a long season that we're going to be taking place between the beginning of October here on the 15th all the way to the end of December, and every other week, so a bi-weekly status, is going to be a prelim for a long and I'll just call it grueling point accumulation to put yourself within the top 8 of the top 8. And how you go about achieving that is by placing well within the tourney and grinding as many as you can. So you naturally have an incentive to join more tournaments because you're able to accumulate more points. So even if you do poorly in one, you will almost always have another opportunity to do so later. And what is your prize for all of this? Well, in the middle of the screen, you can see that Mascherino of $500. We have it split between the top 3 and potentially, if we get to a higher amount, potentially 750, 1000. We could even split it between the top 5, top 6, maybe even top 8, and we'll just go from there. So if you are interested in getting a ridiculous amount of money for a really, really old game, and you want to support the BB tag scene in any consistent way, then this would be the best way to do it. Shoutouts to all the people that are joining this far, and shoutouts to everyone that is going to be interested in participating. But now, enough conjecture. We are going to be getting into our first match of the night. As crazy as it looks, Serene versus Sykes. How do you feel about these two players, Atkins?
Well, first of all, short aside before I get to that, I want to say shout outs to y'all for putting this on in the first place. I know we're getting straight to the festivities, but I just want to say, putting this much effort and love into a game this old and being this passionate about the scene is just stuff that I always want to salute. So, first things first on that. Second thing second, these people are cool. I saw them a couple weeks ago. Serene and Sykes were both at CEO Otaku. Sykes knocking on the door of that top 8, right? Just unfortunately could not make it. And you had to be there to see it. I mean that in the sense of you literally had to be there to see it because the stream went down during that match versus Ronan Healy. But they're both super strong. Sykes always kind of known for their aggressive type of play and really kind of believing in their reads and such. But, once they get the momentum going, a super big threat to contend with. Serene, kind of a memer, right? Kind of a memer within the walled Rachel comp. They really aren't afraid to just throw a wall at you to allow for Rachel to do her thing, and then within solo Rachel play, they'll run up and DP you and just do expect the unexpected when it comes to Serene Smile, basically.
I think that's an understatement. Serene Smile is probably one of the most chaotic forces of evil you will ever see in this game. They play one of the characters that are great at controlling the screen, which means that they can also force scrambles. They are one of the few players that they do not care about their other character besides Rachel, and you're going to be seeing a lot of that throughout the first few rounds. We even have Walled on point, slowly trying to get in through these Azios, and I do like how Sykes is using them to his advantage, not letting Serene getting any kind of Levelias up so that there is no threat of any kind of neutral pressure whatsoever, and that's definitely the right way to go about that.
Yeah, I mean, on a comp like Adachi Ruby, if it's being headed by Walled, you don't need to play super committal, so we see a lot of these Ruby 5Ps coming out. Beautiful stall on the cross comp in order to bait out the counterpoint and get the punish, forcing the Rachel in on the burst.
Good use of the jump cancel back there in order to set up the BZO, just really trying to make it difficult for Serene to breathe in any capacity, but wasn't going to be able to get out with the DP here. Fantastic spacing from Sykes. Going to be able to kill off the character with a fairly optimal combo into the super. Already killing the crux of this team and leaving Wall defend for themselves in this crazy team that can really just stomp all over you in the neutral.
Yeah, sometimes Persona hitboxes are kind of cringe, but sometimes they're kind of life-saving. You know, extending your further range without actually putting your character in danger. But yeah, I mean, this is rough for, Serene, right? Pretty much in any context within a solo wall to get a full team, you're going to have to gap your ass off. But especially, you know, this has been the problem for Serene, is finding a way in on the full screen control tendencies of Adachi Ruby. And yeah, that's going to be that. Sykes going to be able to take game one.
Can we talk about how extra that confirm was? Like, we saw the standard confirms earlier in the match, just going into Azio loops 4P, and all of the higher damage things. He decided to go for the most stylish thing he possibly could in that situation, and I think that's really a statement to how he's feeling after that first game. It was probably more dominant than even I expected it to be. Sykes, like you said, very aggressive player. They have such a fundamental understanding of their team that you have to understand how to play the player matchup as opposed to the team itself. And that's going to be very, let's say, traumatizing for anyone playing within a first three format. And I think we're going to be seeing that, especially with a hit like that.
I mean, I understand the formation of Serene's team. I'm sure a lot of people do. You know, Serene enters a lot of online brackets, but like, I feel like Serene isn't doing themselves any favors playing this so walled point centric, right? Like, just the way that you have to play in order to like actually get anything done against Sykes. Like, look at this. Like, literally, he's trying to just figure out how to traverse the screen. Sykes doesn't really have to commit anything at all. I feel like you need more Rachel centric gameplay.
Absolutely, but if we're going to have hits like that in unfortunate pokes, it's not going to matter. We're going to be getting the hard read on the jump out, finally getting the knockdown that he needs, but dropping the combo too. Going to be able to pick up with the 4P here. Oh, but drops out of the combo. Still in a sandwich situation, but we're just slowly picking at that wall. Honestly, he didn't even get a hit, but it didn't matter in the end because we chipped away at the health in what's probably a more effective way than going for a left-right that could be reversal through. But this is finally the situation that Serene was looking for, setting up those Lobelias, trying to get any kind of hit, and spends them in an awkward way, but we're still slowly chipping at the health here, evening out the health. This is looking already a lot better, just putting himself in the situations he's more comfortable with.
Yeah, we gotta be like back in 2018 and Arxis was releasing the How to Play Waldstein video, just kind of going through the move list, because Serene pretty much did everything within Waldstein's arsenal to try to catch anybody. You know, flailing, getting a couple hits here and there, but brings in the Rachel, does get clipped for 11k, she's going down. And we're back in the situation you don't want to be in. You know, this time the life bars are a little bit more doable Serene to potentially bring this back, but it's a 1v2, you know?
Yeah, agreed. Especially if we're going to be going into the cross rate here to maximize the amount of time they're going to be in this combo and effectively kill a lot of the resonance time. I like how they didn't even go for the meaty. They just didn't want to bother with walled and resonance here, and that was a fantastic choice on Sykes' part. I like the snipe on Serene's point to try and hit the assist, and they're doing really good at hitting that 6B, not letting Ruby get in any real meaningful way. Backing them into the corner, but unfortunately gonna get a hit, but dropping the combo right after, gonna be put into a bad situation and getting clipped by the low. Sykes taking game 2. Wow. Okay. A lot of things went down that match. We saw a lot of Serene getting back into their own game plan, but even once they were there, Sykes had a really consistent answer to pretty much everything they did. Whether it was up back 4P, or just shooting in the air where they thought that Wald was going to be maybe to grab them or to air them, whatever. There was so much coverage on the screen that Sykes just didn't have to care. And if they keep that up into this next round, this is going to be a lot faster than we initially anticipated.
Yeah, it seems so. I mean, one thing about playing against a player like Serene is like, despite what I've been saying about like wall-centered gameplay, right? Eventually, with patience and with time, you can find a way in and like make it your turn for real. But like, if you have good mental as a player and you don't start tilting and throwing out like really bad DPs or things of that sort and just keep your wits about you, you know, you're gonna be doing good. So Sykes showing that they have that capability.
Yeah, just going to be going for the Azio here. Going to be swapping out into the other character, going for the safe mix-up, and nice burst on Serene's part. Just going to be using the resources to their advantage to get out of that situation. Not going to be able to get the pick up here. Nice mash on their part. Really just not able to capitalize on a lot of these hits that would effectively lead to a better situation. And the resource management from Sykes has been so dominant too. Even when they have zero cross gauge like this, it just doesn't really do anything because zoning from full screen. Just call Ruby 5P. And, oh my god, what a call out! And the swap to Rachel is going to make that even worse of a situation, putting Wald in the same... I want to even call this a checkmate, because once the resonance is over, there's really no threat of getting hit too much once you're outside of the corner. Nice DP. Just trying to lock them down. Not much is happening here. This was really rough.
Yeah, I wonder where that active switch came from, what the ideology was it for Serene. Maybe just like a panic maneuver, because I mean, this is the exact situation that has been, you know, leading to the demise 2 games out of 2, looking to be a 3rd game out of the 3rd. And especially when solo Rachel is so freaking powerful, right? But we just haven't been able to see it played.
I'm not really sure what the routing was on Sykes there. I think they were just feeling particularly comfortable. Interesting choice on Serene's part as well, just really trying to call something out. Keeping it same side on Sykes' part too, didn't really need to take a risk, and they were right to do so, because now weren't able to anti-air the JB. That button is basically on anti-airable if you're not ready, and was able to get the counter hit, cleanly 3-0ing Serene.
There it is, Sykes. He's the best, man. He did it. Gonna be heading to the winners quarters-finals, joining the likes of Riazo, who also got a 3-0 victory over Red Like Roses. Yeah, we are moving and grooving through this bracket. But yeah, that was a solid showing by Sykes through and through. Able to show his capabilities as a player. I mean, before that match started, I was talking about Sykes' aggression, but I mean, like, one thing that is worth mentioning that I saw within that set and also within the set that they played at CEO Tile against Ronin is, like, if they need to slow it down or like rely on their screen control tendencies in order to like deny you playing the game, they'll do so. You know, there's the assist sniping and just overall cross combo utilization from Sykes to keep Serene out and keep Serene locked down was phenomenal. So great stuff to them.
Wholeheartedly agreed. Being able to maneuver between aggressive play and passive play is one of the strongest aspects of both the player and the team. And that is something that Sykes has been getting a lot better at as he progresses. The comfortability with both characters allows him to understand where his effective ranges are and what he wants to do in any given situation. And I think that really applies for a game plan as strong as his, because he doesn't have to really commit to anything a lot of the time. Even against a character like Rachel, where you don't want to let them breathe, it doesn't effectively play into it that much, which is why we even saw Serene swap to the Rachel point on game 3, which is what you were telling them to do. And it didn't really ultimately make much of a difference because they couldn't set up Lobelias, they couldn't actually get in, and even when they did, it didn't make much of a difference. But unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing too much of Sykes right now because they are going to be moving on, and we're going to be getting to our second match of the night between Hachi and E2 Deku. I know E2 Deku was a consistent at WNF whenever they decided to join, and they are a homie. We love to see them. But I think this is the first time I've ever seen them join any other bracket. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but this is a new showing for them.
Yeah, it should be cool. Should be cool. You were just going through that analysis of like aggressive versus passive gameplay, and I saw this match coming up, and I was like, well, I don't think we're gonna see much passive nature from either of these two players, right? Are you dead? Is this game 1?
No, he's definitely not dead.
Okay. Yeah, I could not build 4 bars, but still, good luck.
Yeah, just keeping it simple there. Not really needing to take too much of a risk, but is going to be able to clip the assist and...
oh my god.
You got hit? What happened?
They hit
nice use of...
before or during the screen freeze. E2 Deku going full gamble mode. I thought that he was going to mash, I'm not going to lie.
I forget if Aki 2A could actually beat the armor there, but if that was the case, then that definitely would have led to their demise. And this Aki surprisingly looking really low already, just slowly getting chipped away on these neutral interactions. Nice jump away from Hachi here. Gonna be getting clipped on the Akihiko. This character is basically non-existent until they heal a little more. Gonna be able to get the reset because they didn't recognize that they could get a different pickup there, and it's just gonna be going to super. Yeah, just carry all the way straight to the corner. Guess for character. Oh no, they're dead. They're gone.
Bro, what the hell happened to this match, bro? Oh my gosh, activate cross combo. Did not get a punish on the whip throw, but E2 Deku, I got mix-ups for days. I can't believe the sequence of that match. That's the type of match that you show somebody the first 5 seconds, pause it, and say, who do you think won here? Or like you clip off the remaining 50 seconds and just show E2 Deku winning, and you're just like, how did we end up here? Because like it was looking so rough. 12k taken on one, 9k taken on the other. Really just a couple neutral interactions for Hachi to get it, and I don't know, E2 Deku is just him. Just made it happen.
Yeah, I like to look at the beginning of that round as basically just giving E2 Deku semblance and not really much from there because Hachi wasn't able to achieve a lot. But ideally, if they're going to be able to get out of the situation, they're going to be able to do more with it. But they walked forward into the command grab and going to be getting hit for their troubles here, just slowly chipping away at this Yugi. Not bursting at all, maybe a little worried about what could be happening there. Interesting fuzzy timing on the 236B there. Did not want to catch anything. Nice DP to beat the DP as well. Got throw baited. Oh my god, Hachi's defense is crumbling under the pressure right now. E2 Deku really using their mental game to their advantage.
Yeah, they are such a momentum-heavy player. Oh my god, just gets the run up 2-1-4C to catch the up back. Yuumi trying to pick up the pieces that is this match. Broken, falling all over the floor. It crumbles. Oh my gosh, push blocks, get me out of here. No way, bro.
Wow. Okay. I think they looked at that first game and understood what Hachi's game plan is and ran with it. They know where Hachi wants to play on the screen. They know where their best pokes are going to be. So they just decided to maneuver around that. They are playing two characters with really good neutral tools to do just that. And I was talking about the character familiarity with Sykes' part. E2 Deku has been playing this team for years. I don't think he's ever swapped off Gang Groovy. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
I don't think I've ever seen anything else, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the characters of all time and a main of the Yang. But it doesn't matter if we're going to be a main or a character specialist because we could be getting unblockable. Nice DP to get out of the situation. But slowly getting put into the instant overhead again. Going to be able to get grabbed outside of that too. Going to be taking at least 6k off of this grab here. Akihiko's risk reward do be kind of crazy.
Ooh,
yeah, tried
okay. Yeah, hitting A plus D a little bit too much there. I understand the sentiment of wanting the push block in V5P. It's a very good countermeasure, but committing that at DP ultimately should have led to their demise. A drop combo from Hachi.
Yeah, no, it didn't really matter. They were able to press the 5A of the gods and just reset the situation there. They were really calling assist a lot on defense there, and that didn't help them, especially when they were such low on health. You had to keep your pressure really tight against Yuumi when they are so willing to press a button, and I think the cracks in Deku's game plan really showed there. The defense didn't really matter in the first two games because they didn't have to play it. But once they got to the point where they were forced to block and choose a defensive option that would get them to return to the point where they're most comfortable, they weren't able to do so. So I think if Hachi's able to capitalize on it, play a little more passive so that they're wasting their resources, go from there, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, it's just a matter of like if you implement that passive playstyle, right? You know that you're essentially giving E2 Deku a ticket to go, and like we just saw from that round start, right? Immediately, Ruby 6P call with the Yang to get in and finding the throw, but okay, thanks to good defensive interaction for Hachi, able to find a happy birthday. Not a full combo, but most importantly, you get to stop E2 Deku's momentum.
Yeah, we were talking about picking up conversion ability here. It didn't really make a difference when we were going to be having hits like that. And wasting the resource of burst. Yeah, they were ready for the reset this time, but unfortunately still getting caught by the... Oh my god. The classic. Oh! Semblance 2?
No way! Oh, I can't believe... Yeah, I mean, you had the burst. Oh my god. This is just going off the rails.
Oh yeah, tried to mash there. Oh, didn't confirm the hit, and is going to be able to confirm into their own. Hachi is just so ready with these Abare tools. Getting grabbed? Interesting choice there. Not really sure what was the thought process, but I guess that's really the point. We don't really need to know what the thought process is. That's not a safe jump. That's not real. Kill them. Dead.
Out of there, Solo Yang. She is burning 4 bars of resonance on site. Oh my god, we just do it!
Nice anti, you're going to be able to kill the character, potentially. No, just drop the combo, but we're going to be swapping out. Didn't get the confirm fully.
How did you not? I don't want to be toxic. I don't want to be toxic. I'm very surprised he did not hit confirm that.
Okay, he's going to be able to get the pickup with the assist. Keep it simple. No, going to drop that as well, but we're going to be catching the up back on the 5BB and through the claws of their teeth, putting themselves firmly in the tied board here. 2-2 between Hachi and E2 Deku. That really could have gone either way, and I really hate to say that.
Dude, I had to like really reel myself in because I saw the amount of hits done happening, and my first thought was, how did he not? But then I gotta like keep in context of like, how this match has been going, how E2 Deku's been playing, and how Hachi's been trying to put the pieces together. There has to be some like endurance and stamina check. Like both Homeboy's palms are definitely sweaty right now. Like I understand having a drop of that caliber within that situation because this is just crazy. Like one moment Hachi is like able to show some very good counterplay, get a happy birthday or keep E2 Deku under pressure, but like something just goes wrong or amiss and the E2 Deku's let loose, and that's just the worst mistake of your life seemingly.
Yeah, that's the understatement of the century. I think the way this match needs to go, if either player wants to take this, is just curbing their momentum. I wouldn't consider Hachi too much of a momentum-based player, but they can be influenced by others, and we saw a lot of that throughout the last few games because they're playing very safe here. And the moment they tried to take a risk just now, they were able to get hit by it. Gonna be teching away, trying to get out of the situation. Oh, getting crossed up by the JB, just not ready for that situation. And this Akihiko may actually be one hit away from dying. Nice tech away on the throw. Gonna be able to pick up with the JA, and oh, okay, they didn't go for the confirm that I initially thought they were, but this is still a hit. Into the Yumi, gonna let the Akihiko heal a little bit of health here. Not looking too bad.
Man, DP down the frame trap. Yeah, you will be able to act the switch. Made contact with the Yumi. Akihiko recovers in time. Still able to keep the defense going despite the block stun.
Oh yeah, got it. It's an overhead. This is gonna be a dead character. Yeah, wasn't able to burst in time. Oh, that momentous decision to not interrupt Yang there was so unfortunate, because they would not have had to deal with the 2-3-6B situation, and this would have been an alive character. But it doesn't make a difference here. DP after whiffing the TRM attempt. Man.
Oh man, just constant decision making. That's the E2 Deku name of the game. It's a type of playstyle that you do see some from DB type players every now and then, but like it's a different approach of just like rather than wanting to reset, just having a full read on your defensive tendencies, a full knowledge of what I'm able to do, and then just making it work. Perfect hang time to get over that whiff DP from Hachi. Activate the cross combo. I think there's curtains.
No, I think they're alive.
True.
Yeah. This is a single hit character. But yeah, no, you can't get hit here. This is single chip health, and you just put Yang into semblance. All right, you have to work your butt off here, but it's doable. This is Yumi, so if any character could make the comeback, it is this character. And as we saw, a hit like that is gonna be all that they need. Gonna be able to kill off the Yang and make this a 1v1 situation. Now this is still like a 2-hit, and unfortunately gonna be trading the 2A and anticlimactically ending that set with a denying the reverse 3-0. E2 Deku taking a 3-2.
There it is. Close. Hard far from Hachi to try to bring it back with the solo Yumi, but could not quite overcome the sisterly duo. Yang Ruby, E2 Deku, moving on within the bracket. Okay, one thing I'll say, it was 2A that was hit there from Hachi, but Hachi, I need to introduce you to the Church of 5A, alright? You don't need to hit low if you got a 5-framer ready to go. Krakenagon's patented slogan right there. Keep it in mind.
That is definitely one way to look at the situation that just happened there, and honestly, I can't blame them. Like you said, E2 Deku is just one of those players that really force you to make moment-to-moment situations to the best of your ability, and they know how to capitalize on that so well. They're a grappler player in mindset because they're making hard reads constantly, but they're not really that risky, because they're using their resources to their advantage in such a way that even if they do take a risk on defense, it wouldn't really matter too much. I think the only exception to that was when Hachi used Yumi's super, and they active swapped to the Ruby, but because the super tracks depending on where the opponent is, they were able to DHC into Akihiko. And that is one of the rare situations where super is not going to work against the same side, because, Yumi things, and Yumi just gets away with this shit sometimes. But other than that, E2 Deku just did have a good grasp on how Hachi wanted to play, and they capitalized on that to their advantage. And I think that was the main reason why they were able to close out Game 5, and maybe even Game 4 if they unfortunately did not get hit by a couple of those situations that they were put in. But Hachi did keep their own, too. It was one of those unfortunate frame data moments where you didn't press the right button and you could not take the risk reward there, and that was their demise. But to their demise leads to another's perspective, and we're going to be moving on to our third match of the night, Wakanda versus Caterade. I'm excited because we haven't seen Caterade in what feels like years.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. You know, I every now and then tune into some BB tag brackets within the past couple months or so. I usually can't watch a full thing, but I retweet the top 8s whenever I see them, and I haven't seen Cade in a lot of them, which doesn't lead me to believe that Cade hasn't been able to place within top 8. It leads me to believe that he hasn't been playing, because this is the only one of North America's strongest players. Cool to see them back up here. Not cool to see them playing Weiss, but you know, I reserve my judgment. Weiss Crow, definitely one of their strongest teams, going to be going up against somebody that I have always known about, but I've only recently been seeing join PS4 tournaments. Kondo, currently on the Yumi Azrael, but more so known for that very specific to them team Heart Azrael. I wonder why they're not using Heart here. Maybe because of Weiss, the disjoint normals?
Yes, they have expressed discontent, let's say, for how Weiss plays into Heart, and they really don't want to deal with a character that can effectively swat them away at every given moment. And this team just has such a good risk reward to it that even if they're wrong 4 times in a row, it doesn't matter. They hit you once and you die. So, I mean, look at that. Like, come on.
I did not know the round interaction works that way for Yumi Weiss, but that's really funny. I'm gonna make note of that.
Do I have to say anything else?
Listen, surely, okay, so this could be massive, right? Able to survive that cross combo opportunity. There's no burst available for Kondo. They're spinning push blocks for days. That's gonna make contact, bro. It's over.
Yeah, I was thinking that they might have swapped to the Kurogane there, but I suppose they were maybe a little too far for that. But it doesn't matter. This character's already almost dead already. The one hit that they got didn't really lead to much, and it doesn't look like it might even do that because we're going to be popping resonance here. Going to be going... Come on! That was the second time some JC shit happened, and it was not their fault. What the hell?
That was, listen. Yumi Azrael is funny now that I think about it. Have we seen anyone else play this team before? I feel like I've seen of course we've seen Adachi Azrael, but I don't know if I've seen Yumi Azrael before.
Good question. We know Yumi players are very experimental players. Like they like to move around with a bunch of different ones, and they've probably fucked around with this team a little bit, but I feel like this is the one person who's really explored it within a match, and that's probably going to be the differentiating factor, because experience and theoreticals are 2 very different things.
Yeah, fair enough. I asked that because I'm just looking and I'm just like, this team is so explosive, but also like Yumi's support potential seems to be pretty beneficial for Azrael. Of course, with like the teleport dashes, you have 5p and 6p to play around with that. And just in terms of lockdown and sandwich potential, this team seems annoying.
Yeah, annoying is an understatement. Having the underlying fear in your head that you could just die off of 1 or 2 hits, even if they're not particularly good, it just makes you so scared to do anything. Like, okay, that was a good call to just not commit to anything. Just gonna be pressing the 5p and getting a safe ender for me, even tagging out the Weiss. Gimmicks! Getting hit by the cross-up overhead. Did it again! Oh no, he didn't get the pickup, but he can super. Oh wait, no, he can!
Dude!
The catering factor. This guy is insane. I love catering.
Bro, the last 3 hits of how Yumi died are just some of the most Caterade-esque hits that you could possibly get hit by. Solo Azrael, level 3 resonance. This is the, you know, we were talking about experience, the most experienced character on the Kondo duo. But I think Cade is far too powerful to fall at this rate. It's going to be 1-1.
Yeah, no, Cade has a really strong understanding of how they want to look at another opponent, whereas Sykes just kind of runs their game plan, and they have such a strong one with a good autopilot that they don't really need to. This team this team is good at analyzing your exact game plan and deconstructing it in a way that makes you feel like you don't have an idea of what to do further.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you just get hit once and die. I feel like a fucking broken record, but it doesn't matter. I could say this 17 times and I feel like the point wouldn't be made. We're going to be going ahead into the neutral now, and you're going to see the exact same thing here. Both of them are just playing the fireball game. And it's finally leading to something. Going to be able to keep the character into the corner here. Going to be guessing into the strike throw and dropping the combo once again. I feel like Cade has gotten a lot of these hits where they are not comfortable getting the dash cancels that they were before. The rust really showing on their end. Going to be able to... Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Man, yeah, that was phenomenal counterplay because he didn't have the 2 bars yet, so if he just did like a DP, it wouldn't have killed, but just knowing exactly what you need to do to capitalize off that punish. Definitely why he's one of the best as he gets hit by 5C.
Look, we all get hit by 5C. This kind of thing is just how it is. And, man... I don't think I need to say much more than that, but... Oh, gonna be able to... Okay, they actually committed to a button. I did not see the startup of that JA there, but they did press something, and they're gonna be able to go straight into the Growler. Nice use of the 214A to go through the projectile while he's invul, and just completely nullify any kind of counterplay that he had here. Messed up the Oki, but is not gonna matter too much because we're just gonna be push blocking back into the neutral. The Weiss is really healthy here, so even if we get a good hit, it's gonna be nice. Gonna be able to shark under... Playing really patient against his Azrael, using his movement to his advantage, gonna be able to block the cross up and keep it safe on the same side, gonna be able to kill the character and put himself on the board. Caterade, 2-1, Wakando's favor.
Yeah, no, Caterade is just a way too conscientious of a player. Like, they obviously have impeccable offense, impeccable neutral control, but there's like these just minor situations that happen that he's able to extend and capitalize on so much. We saw that amazing Phantom Pin punish on the Yumi projectile, but also like there's been a couple of other interactions that have just been showcasing their knowledge of the game and the character and not being overwhelmed by the situation at hand and the chaos that BB Tag can bring that I think really sets them apart.
Absolutely. If BB Tag fosters any kind of skill within a player, it's the ability to just dissect fast-paced situations at their own pace, and we could really see that within their gameplay here. Wakando doing the exact same thing on his side, trying to bait the burst, maybe? That's the only way I could see that actually making a difference. A nice DP, recognizing the situation and just pressing his own button in return. Weiss does have one of the few DPs in the game that does not have to worry about side swap stuff because they do hit safe both sides, despite the slower startup. So, oh my god, what a call out! Gonna be able to kill the character?
Looks like it. Yeah, kill them both, simple. Actually.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Caterade, using that analytical gameplay of theirs and their fantastic understanding of their movement to... I don't even want to say just... I'm at a loss for words, honestly, because the way they went about the neutral there was really strong. They didn't do anything that didn't immediately lead to some sort of immediate reward. And you can only really do that after downloading your opponent in some capacity. Caterade taking it 3-1 over Wakando. Good stuff.
Yeah, first player within the bracket to qualify for top 8 winner side, so great stuff to them. They will be fighting the winner of Chop Suey and Sykes a bit later. We're going to go ahead and get another top 8 qualifier. So it'll be the next match that we have coming up here between Sonic-kun and Not Jerry.
Okay, so I think we can all agree that Sonic-kun is probably one of the strongest contenders to go to a lot of these online events, consistently placing top 3 in pretty much any bracket they go to. They've really been making a name for themselves, but Jerry hasn't played in a while, so I can understand if people have maybe need a refresher on him as well, but he is one of those players that you need to know, and you need to understand what he is before going into a match with them. So if you don't have the knowledge that I'm gonna hope that Sonic-kun does, it's gonna feel a lot different to play. So they're gonna have to go into this with an open mind and just slowly whittle away at both these characters, because Carmine is a character that you can just play patient with. They do not have very strong mix, So this is going to be solely dependent on how Sony-kun likes to approach the matchup.
Seems like first and foremost, back homing, solving my problems, be able to get out of that immediate pressure that Najeri was trying to extend there. Does get locked out within this corner, so Najeri will be able to make up a lot of lost ground or get some life back, you betcha.
Yeah, we're gonna get a good amount back too. Not gonna get the best Oki situation, but it's not gonna matter when we have assists like this. Asama's not known for a lot of things, but they are pretty decent on the assist side, honestly. A lot of their assists are pretty decent. And especially with the way that Najeri likes to play, they're cognizant of how they can place them relatively well. And with a help lead like this, it's really going to be making a lot of a difference. But chipping at the help of the Carmine, like Sony-kun has been doing, is probably the best way to go about this. That the healing on the backside is going to negate a lot of the chip that they're putting on themselves. But, like, you can just look at the Carmine, he's slowly calling it over and over again, but it's not really leading to anything. Until now, anyway. We got a command grab hit, gonna be able to probably go into the cross raider for to let this happen. No, just gonna go straight into the Hazama. Put themselves in the same situation, gonna get hit by the super. And yeah, like I was saying earlier, they weren't really doing much, and that's a good thing. They would have killed the character if they had the ability to. Tried to read the push block, but is gonna be going for the instant overhead and close out the character. Gonna be swapping into the hard here, letting the resonance pop. Nice DP.
Yeah, you can see Carmine, of course, known for doing fantastic damage with her in the 1v1 or 1v2 situation. And fantastic chip, enough to chip away in order to bring down Hart just by a mere JA. It's the neutral and finding the hit that can be the problem, so the resonance is gone. Chip will be less of a factor, but he's come this far. Can he finish the job? Can he finish the story? Oh?
Oh no, didn't get the hit that he needed, but that was absolutely the starter that he was probably going to want. This is a one-hit situation for both sides. No meter on Jerry's side. Gonna have to play a lot more patiently, but gonna be able to clip with the 2C. Man, this Carmine, I think, has gone through like 3 health pools in a single game.
Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. The amount of outplay that was pulled out there from Not Jerry was actually really cool. In the closing sequences, I was actually kind of questioning why Not Jerry was moving the way that they were, but I was able to kind of pick up on it once I saw how they landed their hit. And they were trying to maneuver themselves in a way that would bait Sony-kun to go for one of S's anti-air options, but make it whiff. Because both of them are super committal, right? If she was going to be doing the 2B or the DP, Not Jerry was moving in a way where both of them would not only whiff, but it was set up for an easy whiff punish. So Sony-kun didn't take the bait, but it's just showing like how aware Not Jerry is in terms of like their overall approach to this thing. That was really well played.
Absolutely, and just like we were seeing with E2 Deck, you're going to be able to use their cognizance of the space around them to set up safe mix-ups that are all going to lead to a ton of reward on hit. And we're going to be able to get the heal too, so it didn't really even make a difference. Didn't go for the unblockable, but we are going to be chipping away at this health. But that's the hit they need, but unfortunately going to be dropping the combo, even with using the assist to extend. So this is going to be a pickup that they might need, but no, drops it once again, a little too low to the ground to get anything off of it. Just repeating the situation over and over, gonna be able to get the pickup with the 5A, and this is going to be a lot of health healed, and all of that work just taken away from Sony-kun. Nice respect there to not go for the jump cancel and try and get away from the 6P. And be able to try and push block, no, didn't do anything with it, just patience on Sony-kun's part. Letting this heart heal, and just not able to get much done right here. While it was to their benefit in the first game, DP just not connecting even when they did do something. This is going to be a Hutenjin. No, tries to go for the DP, and that is going to lead to the hit that the Sony-kun might actually need.
Yeah, that's definitely what Sony-kun needed. Because, I mean, like, they were just trying to stabilize this heart for this entire time. Man, yeah, that's going to be able to take down the Hazama. What a beautiful turnaround. I feel like Sony-kun's back was up against the wall because Heart is definitely star of the show on this team. But S was able to hold down the fort, and now Sony-kun's in a massive lead.
Oh yeah, even more of one where we're going to be baiting out the defensive option like that. I don't think we're going to be able to kill. Probably not, no. We're going to be going into the guess for game situation. Yeah, just going to be popping resonance, didn't want to deal with that. And baited the fuzzy push block. Fantastic stuff to Sony-kun. Really clean sequence on their part. They understand that Jerry probably wants to get back to the neutral ASAP, so they knew that they wanted to go for some sort of reversal. Whether it was supposed to be because they wanted to push block like they did in that last interaction or not, they have a really good understanding of how Jerry wants to play the defense, and that led to the difference here in that game too. Sony-kun just has to capitalize in that favor and continuously do so for the rest of these couple rounds in order to take this set.
I think not only that, one thing about the way that game one went that was in my head subconsciously is the way that Hart died. So like Hart didn't really die from like not Jerry being able to outplay Hart within a neutral game, right? She kind of got chipped from Resonance and then, you know, died to a singular hit. But just saying that to say that, like, I don't think that Jerry has been able to show too much of what their Hart game plan is, aside from like when they have control of the flow, throwing out those Carmine pinwheels to kind of negate against her flying in. But just when it comes to fighting her straight up, more often than not, it feels like Sonokun has had a really good hold over everything, as we see with this very Hart-centric round that's playing out before our very eyes at the moment.
Yeah, no. Hart, if you don't have a good game plan for them, they are really just going to be crumbling in front of you. And that is just a complete demonstration right here. That Jerry wants to play his game plan as fast as possible, and I think these two characters in particular are very decent and just controlling the space that both of them want to be in. And even when they're not directly contesting it, it is just really difficult for Jerry to make anything happen. And we can see that right here, because Hazama just wants to get this hit, but he's forced to spend so much meter from these push blocks that even then, he was just slowly getting whittled down into a mental state where he's eventually going to get hit, no matter what the risk reward was, no matter how he got his own. And that was a dominating round from Sonokun.
Yeah, this is rough. I mean, there's a lot of things that not Jerry has to keep in mind, because what? Oh, well, what I was gonna say is, like, it's not only a factor of you need to outplay Hart, but it's also a factor of you need to be conscious of the SSs, because their 6P is pretty good. And neither Carmine or Hazama have like the best way of just like, you know, instant sniping assists or things of that sort. But Tager is the I don't want to call it a counter pick, but it is a pick that's coming to the table here for not Jerry.
Man, I don't know, man. You know, it's my job to give some sort of analysis on this, but I don't know how to feel about this. So what was the thought process with this Tager? We're getting clipped on the defense here. We're trying to tech out. Man. Didn't even get the read properly. This is so rough. Oh my god, you got punished?
Dude, it's crazy how the vacuum is making it a worse situation for Tager altogether. Oh, good luck.
Nice block.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, they really do have the habit of the defense there, and that is probably it. Like, Tager could just make some good reads, but no. If they don't drop this combo, then that's a dead character, and the Hart is going to be... I know it was telling about how Jerry is a player-centric matchup, but if you have a strong fundamental game plan, I really don't think that really matters, and especially since they didn't have a solid answer for that, Sonokun proving it wrong. It is remarkable how one specific matchup can make you feel about a person regardless of how they play. I think this was set in particular was evident for that.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree. You know, based on just like how the story of the set went, you know, the first two games kind of like really setting the tone of not Jerry showing that once they get started, you know, they're comfortable, and like especially playing around S, they had a good idea of how to approach the game plan from there. But Sonokun able to dip out of that, keep things more Hart-centric, allow S to be the support that she is, and even when Hart was whittled down, having the wherewithal to be able to hold down the fort, as I said, with S and allow for Hart to heal. It was good stuff. So hopefully not Jerry wasn't like tilted, and that's what allowed for the Tager pick, because not Jerry is an exceptionally strong player, but they're not out, they're just in losers. Maybe we'll be seeing them later.
I think it's inevitability more than a maybe, and we'll see. There's not really much I could say about that aside from what has already been said. You have really laid that out for us in a fantastic way, but as fantastic as it is, what we're going to have now is an even more fantastic matching, at least in my opinion, with a player that we haven't seen up until now, Chop Suey, you know, just the winner of CEO Taku, going up against the second place at CEO the year prior in Caterade. These two have a ton of accolades to their name, so actually, now that I think about it, these two have played a lot back when Caterade used to play, because I like to describe fighting games as a conversation. At least that's what I've been told, and I like to relay that to people. these two are just fucking mad at each other all the time. They're like a married couple arguing over who gets the last cookie in the jar because you look at their gameplay and tell me that they are not consistently batting each other away. That is probably one of the few matchups that you could look at and think, okay, these players are like on the most mental level possible. And that's not even because they are like absolutely cracked at the game. They are one with another. If you told me that these two were brothers, I would believe you. It's just one of those situations.
I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, I mean, like, it is good that they have that context of playing each other because I feel like both of them kind of bring to the table teams that are pretty rare nowadays within the 2023 landscape of BB Tag. So being able to see that next layer of counterplay with the added hint of familiarity with each other, the married couple fighting for the last cookie, it'll be good.
Yeah, almost as good as that call out on the 2A. They're going to be able to recognize the round start situation and not really do much with it. But we're going to be getting the JC hit here, going to be leading into the Okizeme. We're going to be getting the hit ball, but not capitalizing on it. Going to be blocking out, forced to spend all of the resources, but the 4P of the gods, unfortunately in too much blocks to make something happen, but nice use of the JC to try and make something unblockable there. A lot of the 4P here, and oh wow, okay, I thought the 6P was going to pick up, but no, had a little bit of a weird hit. Tried to push block away, but is going to be getting hit by the 2A and leading into the Izayoi blender. This character's hard to block, man.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, she's just like, has the foundational hard to block high lows, not too much damage on the initial hit. The most amount of damage that this team really gets is if you make a mistake and Chie power charges and ends you, but yeah. Needing more interactions to win isn't a bad thing if the interactions are unseeable.
Yeah, and if they're as safe as the ones that Chop was going for, Chop cleanly taking that first game. I think if you want to be playing a low damage character, having such strong Okizeme is probably the best way to do it. And Izuyui just gets an all-tech safe jump off of every single hit, and that's not an exaggeration, off DP. 2 and 4A, 2 and 4B, the 236B, I think. I don't know what other enders she gets. She can just do it, and you have to play the guessing game of, do I want to DP this? What if they go for the empty low? What if they go for throw? Do I want to play the risk-reward game, even if their damage isn't all that high? You're scared. You don't want to do that, and Caterade, he's a little rusty. Like we said, he hasn't played in a while. We did see him drop a lot of confirms from before. The neutral's still there. He's very comfortable in how he wants to move about the screen. But if we're going to be having interactions like this, it's not going to make much of a difference. Cashing out?
Yeah, I think it's mostly just, getting as much as they could for the happy birthday situation. There was no bar on deck, so no power charge or anything was going to come to the table. But I mean, 5K on both is, still at the end of the day, a fair amount of damage to start out with. What a call. Yeah, we're not falling for Phantom Pain.
Yeah, interesting reaction on Chop Suey's part, using throw to deal with the situation that they had before. I like the push block on Cade's part. Oh no, gonna be able to get hit here and lead to a Chie situation. This is gonna be a hit that could potentially be dead right after. Yeah, gonna be Vortex out of the corner, push blocks away, gets hit by the low, but won't get a full confirm off of this. Try to DP out, man.
Dude,
it's impressive how safe this is. Go ahead.
I've been playing Chie a little bit lately, and I gotta say, Chie JC is a hell of a drug, dude. Just literally from jumping back and hitting a button, not only got the DP bait, but a free punish starter as well with enough hits done to be able to follow up afterwards. What a maneuver. That is a normal. It's not even a special.
Yeah, she gets to just throw it out a lot of the time. That is her Oki tool. That is her pressure reset. It's everything. It does so much for the character. Almost as much as killing all of this resonance time is going to do for Chop Suey as a whole. Yeah, Caterade has a lot of meter. It doesn't matter if we're mashing. And that is going to be game 2. Almost as cleanly as the first game, taking the Chop Suey here. I'm honestly not sure what Caterade could be doing differently. This is one of the few situations where I think I am not able to analyze it properly. What do you think, Atkins?
Momentum just seems to be going in Chop Suey's favor one after the other, and it's the way that they like it. It's with easy or point. There are some playstyles that force Chop Suey to kind of like slow things down and go into like the Chie JC style where they're just like Tomoe, but we haven't even seen that, right? It's just like Chop Suey the star of the team has been able to shine through and through. So they're going to be switching over to the Akatsuki. That does give access to parry. You know, that's an extra layer of defense that Chop Suey needs to be aware of. And this is overall just the more so like comfort pick for Caterade. I think this is the team that they have the most amount of experience in. So, you know, could be a matter of comfortability going to what has worked for them in the past in order to bring this back.
Absolutely. And Akatsuki is a fumble-proof character. You cannot fuck up with this guy. So I think this is probably good because Chop Suey likes to play a very assist-centric game plan whenever they get the chance to. And that Reflector is going to play such a big part in not letting them do that. Hitting the assist, going to be able to just control the screen with fireballs, throwing out a bunch of assists of their own, slowly chipping away at this Chie's health. Not really able to get much on Chop's part. Yeah, Cade is having to spend a lot of meter in order to get out of these situations flawlessly. But the defense is there. You know, if you are able to deal with that, then yeah. Oh, but no, we're going to be baiting out the reversal, and that's the one thing that they are going to have to be thinking about. Not going for the full confirm, didn't have the time on the timer, but just running away from this Akatsuki. Not going to be able to get the confirm. Nice DP. Going to be able to hit the Izuyoi here. Just trying to do something with it. Nice weight on the teleport as well. Gonna be able to get the sandwich situation after the words, but not actually. Oh, tried to throw maybe? Or maybe like a run up. I don't know what that 5C was. Maybe he actually wanted to 5C them. But not really leading to much. Gonna be able to put themselves in a 4-character situation. And both of them spending their CC meter in a weird way. This is a lot of scrambling.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, Chop Suey going to be, you know, going to the playstyle I was mentioning earlier where they just slow things out with Chie, nothing too crazy. They notice that they're getting a little bit too close to the corner, too close for comfort, but cannot stop both characters at once. Caterade able to find the active switch thanks to that Kurogane 6P.
Yeah, just gonna keep the combo as burst safe as possible. Gonna be going into a crazy Phantom Pain. If they optimized that combo just a little more and tried to make it a little less burst safe, they would have been able to do something with it. But this time, calling Chie Meteors, yeah, that was probably the safest way to get this character out, and it's going to make a lot of a difference for them. Waiting for the teleport as well. Nice JC to catch them trying to do something. Moving around this character really well. Dropping the combo, but we take the blue beats in here.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, Izuyoi going down solo Chie. Of course, Chie, not the worst Resonance character in the world. We can see the Chop Suey wanting to get a little bit more damage done before they actually pop the Resonance. Caterade's going to take that as a license to go in, try to finish the job. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Akatsuki factor of this. He can just kind of parry away the meteors.
Yeah, one of the few characters that does not have to play that way. Nice interruption of the JC, recognizing the spacing that he could just press the 2B. Oh, okay, drops the combo, but I would not have been surprised if that was a dead character. That was such an unfortunate situation. Nice DP, gonna be able to, oh no, didn't get the real pickup, but was able to do something with it. Gonna be able to grab it at the JC, potentially dead character, keeping it simple. Yeah, just gonna go straight into the super. Caterade putting themselves on the board. What a long game to take that game 3 with too. And I think you really have to play that way against Chop. When you have a team that has a stronger neutral than the ones that he plays, you have to play so patient. You have to back them into the corner. You have to be the impenetrable wall that Chop cannot surmount. And I think that game 3 effectively showed that's exactly how he's gonna play.
Yeah, it's amazing how one angry guy that punches a lot and has a parry can like completely change the like flow of match. Because just all of a sudden, like Chop momentum that they were able to implement within the first 2 games. Even when they found hits within that game 3, they had to exercise a bit of caution because Akatsuki parry is just a thing that like exists. And so Caterade played around that insanely well. We saw the slow pace of like Chop Suey coming to play with the Chie JCs, but you know, I was reminded that you know you can't really rely on meteors in order to get things done with Akatsuki's point because you can just parry them away. So that Akatsuki guy is kind of nice.
Keep BB out here, the savior of BB Tag, the future. He's him. And Caterade is probably the best one to pilot that character. Gonna be able to use him to his full extent. What a 2A. Yeah, gonna be nullifying the mix-up here. Not really worried about it. Not able to pick up on the 2-1-4B, but finally getting a solid hit on Chop's part. Getting the knockdown that they're gonna need, and going straight to the character. Oh, dropping the combo. And parrying? Oh, no, tried to swap a character! Oh, what a flub on Caterade's part. Probably did not want to do that. Gonna be playing it patient on this offense here until they don't, but we're not punishing that button here. It's too fast.
Ooh, okay, yeah, trying to keep a burst save, did not get the DP out in time to nullify. Man, Chop Suey almost had a chance to, not Chop Suey, sorry, Gatorade almost had a chance to stabilize that combo. Beautiful.
Yeah, that was really nice awareness on Chop's part to know that that particular time into their 2-1-4 was not going to hit, and especially when they spaced their assist in such a way where the 4A mash wasn't going to do anything. What an interesting sequence of events going on from Chop here, just knowing the spacing. So, oh my god, gonna be able to pick up with the JC. Rare punish. Oh, punishes the DP. And that was a health lead.
Okay, but yeah. Seems so. Got clipped by the overhead. The Resonance has been drained. Chop Suey will be able to activate Resonance of their own. No, we're just gonna cash in on the offense right here, right now. I don't need life back. I just need to take you down. Chop Suey, 3-1 over Gatorade.
Man, they had 5 bars there, and they did not push block once. I gotta wonder what was going through Gatorade's head there to make a couple of the decisions that they made within the last few situations, because I know that you don't want to be in the neutral, especially with Kurogane against Chop, and especially Izayoi specifically, because these characters are really good at maneuvering around someone like Kurogane, who has stubby normals, nothing to really show that can contest that specific part of the screen that Izayoi wants to contest. But the way they went about it there didn't really seem to be too much better. But like I said, these players are cream of the crop. They know better than me in most situations. So I'll have to ask them later, see what their thoughts are on that. And maybe do the same for everyone else that we've watched this far, because everyone's mind is different than our own, and I always like dissecting those kind of things. But the only thing we're going to have to dissect now is this next match between Ryazo and Sony-kun. Oh, God, no. I don't know how I feel about this one. What about you?
This is, I think this is very interesting, actually, because like I recall a time maybe like 2 or 3 years ago where I saw one B-Paw, you know, also known as Flower Man. Shout out to B-Paw one time. They had to play a 1st to 10 against Duck. You know, shout outs to Duck as well one time. He used to play like Hardakatsuki, right? And I think like I remember watching that 1st to 10. That was one of the first key points where I called in the question of like, who's at favor within the 9 heart matchup? Because there would be so many. I think that set went like down to the wire, for not mistaken. It's like 10-9 or like very close to being like pretty much like final game 19 situation. And there would be like situations where like Duck was able to just maneuver effortlessly around 9. And it's just like, dude, what does 9 do? But then there would be other situations as a counterplay where B-Paul would just be able to completely shut down Heart altogether. Just like, what does Heart do? So kind of seeing that return in full motion with different players within the player base, Ryazo piloting this 9 Yuumi pretty much as a main, it seems like, within these past couple months. And a Sony-kun who's been on the rise and, you know, mostly heart-centered gameplay. It's been interesting to watch, but it's been way less of a tug of war. It seems like Ryazo's kind of had the number at the plate, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll have to take your word for that, because I don't think I've seen these players play too often. I think the last time I've seen them actually go at it was when Ryazo played that 1st to 20 with Sony-kun a couple months ago, maybe before CEO Taku. But yeah, no, I think the way you describe the 9 heart matchup is very evident to how both of those characters are just gapping each other in the neutral a lot of the time. It really just depends on the player. It is probably the most even match that you can think of, aside from maybe like a couple mirror matches. But it doesn't feel that way right now, because the way we're watching this match is probably the most uneven way possible. I'm surprised they blocked that. That definitely felt like a cross-up situation. Oh, wow. Okay, thank God for auto block, because I didn't block that either. Nice tech on Sony-kun's part, gonna be able to call the resonance and try to maneuver around this 9. Nice use of the 236A just to be able to defeat this here. Ryazo's really just starting to play passive here, just throwing shit out and not letting this part getting any kind of space down.
Yeah, you know, just maneuvering around, being extremely tricky with the teleports. Oh, left a period of vulnerability, but it was Yuumi that'll be able to save the day. That is kind of what's enabling Ryazo to move around in this way, is like even if I get caught, if I'm moving in opposing directions of where Yumi is calling, you have to keep in mind both of us at the end of the day. Finally able to isolate that 9, forcing the Yumi to come in. There's still a lot of ground to be made here. You know, one thing that is going to be playing the Sonic in favor is Rampage time, which is on its way. Getting past the regenerated bar, so if you're able to make contact with one of them, you can do more damage. However, on the other end of the spectrum, look who just got 2 bars. Thanks to that Rampage time. It's Ryazo, their kill power going up. Allowing for them to get the kill there. It will be game 1 going in their favor.
A lot of back and forth there. I think if Sony-kun was able to maintain their offense in the way that we saw within the middle of that round, even if it was just solo Heart, they probably would have been fine. Like we've established before, this character is hard to block. They're almost arguably more difficult to block than Izue was in the matchup that we saw before. But man, if you have buttons like 9s, and if you have such strong domineering assists in the back like this, you don't really have to take that many risks, and even when you do, it doesn't really lead to much solo, even if Heart does do a lot of damage. So you can just throw shit out. You can force this character to play your game, and I think that's a lot of what Ryazo is doing here. Like, just teleporting back, throwing a lot of projectiles on the screen, sometimes even going as far as to going up and doing exactly that. Nice burst, going to be able to get out of the situation before their own assist recovered. Is it able to jump cancel off the 5AA, and nice anti-air on the 2B, recognizing the spacing at which he was not going to be able to get afflicted by the hit stop of that button, and deleting this character potentially.
Oh my god, you gotta make it hurt, bro. Throw everything in the kitchen sink. Forget resource management and efficiency, okay? Into the corner we go. Push block from Ryazo. You need assist, bro. You gotta lock her down. Oh
yeah, that's a dead character. Oh yeah, okay, that wouldn't have mattered either way. That was a really unfortunate situation to be in, but I think Ryazo made the right call to first in Yumi. Now both characters are in a pretty fucked situation. You're not gonna be able to block the delay overhead. That's gonna be a dead character. Man, this is exactly what I was talking about. Heart is a really fucked up character when you get her to play your video game. And wow. This is a 9 though. Oh wow.
Sonic-kun like flew into the worst situation possible. I'm actually pretty shocked that Ryazo didn't opt for unblockable here. Huh. Does Heart have an escape option from 9 unblockable?
I couldn't tell you that. I don't think they would have anything other than the standard option because they don't really have anything on the ground that's too crazy. I guess their supers are pretty fast. They're not exactly that great in range, so I'm not sure.
We Kondo said she does, so I believe it. Because like my thing was like, you're in residence, like if you do unblockable, she's just like dead. But who knows?
Yeah, free setup there. There is a lot of time on the clock here, so even with a health deficit like this, you could make something work, but wasn't able to get too much of a pickup from it. Trying to just air-to-air this 9. Dead character? No, probably just gonna burst out here, yeah. Not gonna be able to make much of it, but that character is bleeding. Oh my god! What?
Wait, what happened? Wait a minute. I'm actually I'm a little bit confused, chat, because like there was an air-to-air with Heart on 9, but the freaking ball spell was still active. Like, did she just ignore it, or like?
Get ready.
I don't know. I promise you, I know how to play this game.
Look, your guess is as good as mine, and I think that... You know what? I don't have thoughts. there should be something there. There should be something clicking in my head, the serotonin. But no, there's nothing there. And just like there is nothing to be afraid of from that JA. Gonna be able to parry out and recognizing the spacing in which that is not really that scary. Gonna be able to kick into this character. Nice burst point, too.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Ryazo didn't active switch. I think there was still a point to do so there, but...
Yeah, you know, recognizing that thing in the situation is really hard to do in such a split-second moment, and I think that that's probably one of them. But if we're gonna have a situation like that, it doesn't really matter too much. Gonna be able to drop the combo, but... Okay, gonna be able to get the Heart in, and not really deal with the 9, just getting backed into the corner. Oh.
That was cheeky. I like that. I like that.
That was like the equivalent of Seth doing run-up DP.
What?
Oh my god, that was a fantastic option.
That was so smart. Throw to invul through the S6P, get the guaranteed punish and kill on Heart, forcing a solo SR from Sonic-kun. Difficult. I won't say anything beyond that. I'm just gonna say difficult.
Nice blocks. Man, okay, there's no meter on the board, so there was no threat of a punish there. I don't think 9 gets anything crazy off of a meterless 5B hit without any kind of spell gauge, especially from that far. But yeah, and this could be doable. The defense on Sonic-kun's part is actually really good right now. Gonna be guessing right on every single situation so far. Just trying to make something happen, but even if they're going to be guessing like this, it doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, going to be able to punish with the 5A, not really considering anything else, just playing it as safe as humanly possible, and taking game 3 with a statement. I like to think that would be, because you've shown them that you do not care about anything that they've been doing thus far, and as long as you get your game plan running, it didn't really matter. And yeah, this is the kind of team that can just kind of get away with that. 9 having such strong neutral tools and movement that's required to be played around differently, especially with assists like Yumi's in the back, it's going to be kind of rough, especially a solo S to make something happen. And I think Sonic-kun's going to have to work around that flaw with his own team here in this game 4.
I think at the same time, Sonic-kun does still need to stick to the plan, right? You know, flying at Ryazo, and especially when you're thin this 2v2 game, you have SSS. They're functional, right? You know, you have something that's covering full screen, a decent anti-air assist, a lariat style assist. So sticking to your game plan of heart-centric gameplay and trying to fly at 9 with S support, it's enough to get it done. You know, you don't have to change too much there. But it's unfortunate Ryazo that was able to get the job done first, forcing a burst out. I respect the dedication of trying to call. The ideology was there, the timing was off with that S action right there.
Yeah, I don't even think that was a case of bad timing. The JC is just way too slow to make something happen there. But just like they were making something happen within that first round, they're going to be able to get the unblockable situation here. Yeah, just going to be baiting the burst out, not even doing anything crazy with it, just blocking there. They even had assist in the back as far as I could tell. So yeah, no. Nice reversal. I like the use of the super there to get out of the unblockable. And even if she was able to block there, there really was no punish. Nice recognition. Not going to be able to use the burst safe rounding to actually jump out of the way in time. Maybe committed to the JAA a little too quickly. And might actually kill the character here. Yeah, that's a dead S. But honestly, after we saw after that game 3, this is probably the character you want on the Resonance anyway.
Oh?
Not a bad start.
Actually, you know, get a decent amount of damage done on 9. Bro is doing air raid and then calling 5P to try to cover it. I won't be toxic on commentary, but that is going to be a 9 that's going down.
Oh yeah, tried to go for the delayed assist again, just playing it really safe. This is an Astral, isn't it?
It should be. Slam it down to the ground, bring that sweet, beautiful Yumi PNG in front of our very eyes. As Ryazo gets the 3-1 victory over Sonic-kun, going to be headed into Winners Finals.
Something that was very surprising about this set to me within the first few games was that Ryazo was very respectful. There were a lot of situations where Sonic-kun got a hit because Ryazo was just trying to fuzzy block out, or maybe just push block, not really committing to anything that would require too much risk. But that was one of the few times where they deliberately tried to interrupt something, and it worked out in their favor. That was the singular most important time to call out Sonic-kun on anything, and it worked out delightfully. Sonic-kun getting denied their reverse 3-0 and getting sent to the other side of the bracket.
Top 8 is shaping out nicely here. We got the first side of winners played out. Losers is what remains. To bring you all up to speed with what has happened, Serene Smile got the 3-1 victory over Not Jerry in order to qualify for this losers top 8. E2 Deku beat E30 in order to qualify. And then on the bottom end, Wii Kondo getting the 3-1 victory over Hachi, and Sykes02 getting the 3-0 victory over Joseph Christ. Now I'm not the head honcho here. However, you know, we play quite a bit of BB tag matches. We're well within top 8. We're moving and grooving, and everybody's chilling, blazing their blues. I feel like this would be a good time to kind of remind everybody what's going on here. What is Masters of the Azure? Where's the Match Reno? What's going on here, Amito?
That's a fair question. It's been a decent amount of time since the beginning of the stream. I believe there have been quite a few more people that have been tuning in, so I believe it is very fair to ask the question: what is Masters of the Azure? This is a circuit, a season of several different tournaments that are happening within a 2-month radius, the beginning of now, which is the middle of October, all the way to the end of December in a bi-weekly stasis, to accumulate points to get into the finals in order to win a portion of the cash prize you see in the middle of your screen here. $500 as your beginning stars. And that's only going to go up as the days go. We already saw that we got quite a few of the clothes claimed on that Matcherino, which, by the way, you can claim right now, and it's only going to go higher from here. So if you're interested in getting a ridiculous prize pool for a game like BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, you want to play a game that you personally love, then go ahead and tune in for all of these sets. But for now, we're going to get into this match. Serene Smile versus Itsu Deku. What do you think, Atkins?
I mean, we're getting into another wild versus wild type of playstyle. You know, we didn't really get to see a good display of how Serene Smile likes to play the game just because of how dominant the Sykes match was. But, you know, this end of the spectrum, really able to let their walled Rachel run free. I think Itsu Deku's defense is going to be challenged here, because if Serene Smile is going to be able to get the better of those offense and neutral situations, Rachel is dirty, and we've seen that Itsu Deku is willing to gamble. And never mind, don't ask my expert analysis here. It's going to be big beefy man stopping me, all right? Lots of offense, lots of resources spent.
You were saying something about gambling earlier, but man, Serene's kind of doing the same thing here. That is 2 wake-ups in a row where they have decided to choose violence and pick something that is going to directly hit the opponent with some sort of invul. Wow, they're just sitting there. The patience there is kind of insane, but almost as insane as dropping that combo, completely reversing the momentum into Deku's favor. Maybe try to set up into the resonance? No, just gonna go for the safe jump here, trying to play around the push block. Nice use of the Lobelia to try and beat the advancing normal there. Gonna be pushing them all the way to the other weren't they just in the right side of the screen? Come
wait,
on,
there's
really?
still George. Oh my god, wait, be careful, be careful, be careful. Okay, we know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, gets caught by the 5.
Hey, no!
Are they dead? No,
Not quite.
okay, they didn't get the
conversion
aftershock.
though.
Yeah, no, but gonna be able to let them go into the resonance here. Not really too worried though. Like, yeah, this is Ruby, and Ruby is probably one of the few characters that can't actually get in. As we just saw right here, this could potentially be the reversal of the character. Gonna be hitting them with the JB, but not getting too much off of it. Yeah, just gonna be supering in here, and gonna be involing through there with their own, killing this Rachel. Reversing the situation into what could potentially be devastating. Nice.
I think we're gonna be seeing another super here. No, not quite. Did not opt for it. Just looking for pressure. I don't think he's super just to waste the resonance time. Because couldn't stabilize the combo in order to go into a super. Serene is being hello. What?
This is Dragon Ball. That was the most Dragon Ball as play I've ever seen. And I need everyone to know that. Why? What was the plan? Man, he got gimmicks so fucking hard.
That sucks.
Ah, man. Imagine getting such a strong hit and just not converting it the way you want it to, and losing like that. That's gotta feel terrible. And, well, whatever. Serene's not the kind of player to let that tilt them. They're just gonna go in their straight match, start having more fun, and we are gonna move into this game too. They weren't really doing anything wrong. I think it was just a lot of dropped hits that really fucked them over there. So if they were able to stabilize the game plan in this game, it's gonna be swell.
I'm glad that you said that it's not gonna face Serena and we're just going to have more fun, because after meeting Serena a couple of times now and just seeing, you know, the person behind the sticks as it relates to the BB tag play, they really are just having the time of their life. I've seen them within like extremely tense, like pretty crazy sets at CEO Otaku and Common Breaker respectively, and like bro's just having a good time. Like he's like he has no worries.
Yeah, that's probably the most accurate way you can describe this. They live for fucked situations like this. And not fucked in the way that I'm guessing in a ton of different situations. Fucked in the way that, what are you doing, why are you doing it, and why am I getting hit? Like, you see it once, and it just goes downhill from there. And if they're not able to do that, it's kind of hard for them, because this is the kind of same situation that was happening there. Gonna be able to return back to the neutral, and they do have the health lead, gonna be able to kill the Yang with the stray hit on the Lobelia. But, oh my god, what? Huh? Excuse me?
I don't know how you're able to keep your wits about you explaining all of this, because there was just so much going on the screen. I think someone's GPU on their PS4 got fried with a little bit of a pause, and it ends with an Astro, respectively. That's fitting.
Yeah,
Man.
okay, so I think the way I can describe that situation where Ruby got pushed forward, double-sided hitbox JB. Like, she was able to hit the assist and walled, so despite not being in a situation where she usually would be able to convert off of that, she was pushed forward because of how the momentum works. So that was just a really bad time to call assist, and the game knowledge just was not there to put them into a situation they would feel more comfortable in, which is usually Serene's not game plan, I'm sorry, their comfort zone. They love putting you in that kind of situation, but they almost love putting you into a non-burstable combo, which Wall is very good at doing. My god. Nice confirm, gonna be able to carry all the way to the corner here. Gonna be playing it safe, meaty with the 5B. Alright. Nice. A lot of active swapping going on here. Not gonna be able to set up too many of the Lobelias. Gonna be able to bait burst, but a little too far to punish. Just resetting like 4 times. Come on. Is this punishment for him doing it to you?
Could be, could be. Kept it within the subconscious, within the mental Rolodex. You know what they say, a rainy rain never forgets. I ain't got
Rainy
it.
rain,
You
go away.
Can you see me if you want to?
Come again another day, because I don't think Deku wants to deal with this weather situation. Oh, pickup? No, a little too far for their 5A. Even despite the hitbox there. Speaking of hitbox, it's JB. But, yeah, no, this is a really bad spot for Yang to be in. Pickup? No? I thought the George was going to hit there, honestly. Ooh, nice use of the JB. Going to be able to pick up with the 5B as well. Going to be cashing out with this 236C into the super. Gonna be getting a decent amount of damage too. This is a one-guess situation for this Rachel. Gonna be meeting and not getting too much off. We're gonna be getting swept. Full screen, by the way. You got hit from full screen. I don't even blame this game. Man, confirm? No. But, meaties. Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to block that 6B. But, dead?
Man,
no.
He was hard fishing for that reversal. Whoa, my god! Perfect hang time yet again. That's a E2 Deku's classic is like neutral jumping the DP, allowing for it to whiff and then getting the punish respectively. Look for the JC, not able to make contact, just all over Serene Smile at the moment.
Okay.
Didn't work out.
Oh my god. I don't even want to talk about it. What the fuck just happened?
Dude, I'm telling you, they honestly, both of them should probably pause the set, both buy a new Sony personal device console, because somebody's GPU is fried, bro. There's too many actions per second. There's too much real estate on the screen. The overall power and strain on GPUs for this BB Tag match is too much. You know, I don't think it's lag. I think literally someone's hardware is failing because of how crazy this match is.
You might unironically be right, because there were a couple freezes there, and it'd be like that sometimes, you know. BB Tag is BB Tag, but I want to say that didn't really matter too much, because the hits were on situations where you were confirming into it anyway. And speaking of confirming things, you're just going to go straight into the super, carry them all the way to the other side of the corner, lock down. Man, you were really forced to block all of that, but able to get out, tried to mash into the Lobelia, tried to get a pick up the wall, but didn't get too much off of it. The clash on the Lobelia saving the wall here, going to be able to carry into the other side of the corner that they wanted to initially. Ugh. Yeah, calling out the assist, just going to be able to clip them for as much as they want. Oh, yeah, didn't get too much off of it, going to be able to pop into the semblance after the DP. This is probably the dream situation for Deku. Reset. Oh wow, that actually confirmed. Okay, clearly I don't know this character. You're gonna see this.
She's very burst safe, I can tell you that, as it looks like E2 Deku, yeah, should be able to opt into a kill situation here. Walled is down, Rachel's coming around, level 4 resonance to spend, not an undoable situation. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a dead character. Didn't even need to spend the CC for that one. Gotta be doing the classic, yeah. That was like a 2018 ass mix-up that has been in the game since the beginning, and it is still just as effective as it was today. E2 Deku taking it 3-1 over Serene Smile, overwhelming the person who is usually really good at doing that to other people. Fantastic stuff.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I mean, if there's anyone that you're challenging to match momentum of chaos, E2 Deku should not be the person that you have on the other end of that spectrum. They kind of live in the chaos. They thrive by it. They'll live and die by it. But in this case, they're living. They're going to be proceeding on within this winners. Well, no, this top 6. They aren't losers. Losers quarterfinal. The next opponent they have ahead of them is Caterade. Going to be happening a little bit later. Good stuff to them. Now, the point system that you were mentioning earlier, does that extend to the top 3 or the top 8 for the Masters of the Azure series?
The top 8. So how we have it lined up, I'm just going to quickly read this off for all of you to just have a general understanding. The first place gets 8 points, second place gets 6, third 5, fourth 4, 5 3, and so on and so forth. Everyone past second place just gets 1 point decreased from their placing depending on how they go. Everyone gets 1 point regardless of how you did, just based on attendance. So just that alone can give you an incentive to join, because someone who is not able to join throughout the, let's say, first 3, you're gonna have a couple points over them. So if they just don't place at all, they're never a threat to you, and that is objectively a benefit to your overall placement. And yeah, you're gonna have to fight a lot harder to get that top 8 placement, because you are only allowed within the finals if you do make top 8. So getting a higher placement is going to be good, but you have plenty of time to do that. There's 5 prelims over the course of 2 months, and there's a lot to look forward to. So if you were planning on getting that money, then you're gonna want to join as fast as possible. You're going to want to play in the matches as much as you can. You could think of it like the ladder brackets of various Street Fighter tournaments that I've seen go on occasionally. The more you play, the better a chance you have. And you have several opportunities to play, and you're never penalized for doing so. You're not going to get knocked down in the leaderboards unless someone blatantly outpaces you. So it's up to you to decide how you want to go about accumulating points. Do you want to wait and place well within a couple of them? Do you want to try and play in as many of them as possible? It's up to you, but that is a dichotomy that you have to play within this situation. So I think that's going to be enough of a mind game for people to try and perform, and I think it's rather interesting in the sense of playing some BB tag, looking at the sets, and seeing how players approach a different kind of situation to be put in, even without of the game.
Epic. Well, yeah, shout outs to 18 people that guaranteed have 1 point within their overall standing. Shout outs to Serene Smile, who's going to be finishing with 2, if my math is correct. We got to figure out who's going to be finishing with 2 between these 2 players, right? Weak Hondo Sykes coming up here in another losers top 8 bout. Weak Hondo has been sick of being left off stream, been sick of not being able to play the game, starting out fire with the round start DP, making a statement.
That was definitely a statement, but I don't think it's a statement that's going to be doing much credence for Sykes here. They don't really care. They're straight back to their own game plan, and now you gotta guess for this character, because you got hit twice, and you are in a guessing situation, good sir. Oh, but we are guessing correctly. Behold! Okay, I thought the 6B was actually going to hit for a second, but the increased hit stop on the a super actually lended a lot to that. Not going to be able to pick up here, but is still in a sandwich situation. No, wasn't able to pick up with the super here. Just going to be going straight into... Oh my god.
I love you.
The gamble?
Not.
Sykes is definitely the player of all time. This guy is so fun to watch.
Okay. Recondo, man. How does Azrael swat this fly out of the air?
Oh, definitely not like that. Oh, okay. You're gonna be able to build the meter to go for the 5C Punisher. Gonna go for as much damage as possible. I don't really know how I feel about playing the risk reward on Gustav against these characters. They both have 6 frames. They both have ways to deal with his RPS. So doing super, especially with the health that low, really isn't going to do you any favors. I feel like your best bet is to start doing backdash or just press 4-8 anyway, because they're gonna have to try and chase your backdash if you do that. And that's a commitment. They can't react to that. So regardless of how the neutral went just now, because obviously Azrael is not going to have an easy time playing against Ruby Adachi, especially in this neutral, so you need to capitalize off of a lot of the minute situations that you can control on your own. And I think that's going to be the determining factor on whether or not Wakando does well within the next few games.
Right. Now I am noticing that once again, Wakando not playing hard. When it was the Gatorade matchup, I was kind of able to easily identify like why. I was like, it's got to be Weiss. This one, I'm not so sure. Who do you think they're avoiding?
Probably Ruby. Ruby just has a lot of the same air maneuverability that Weiss would. And I would say like even better, because this character can just kind of screw with Ruby, and not Ruby, I'm sorry, with Heart, and not really have to deal with a lot of the shit that they're doing. So just having the general game plan that Oz Yumi puts on the board is going to make a lot of a difference, especially when you could be put in situations like that. Oh my god, what was that plus R Kai ass mix-up? It doesn't matter, we're going to be bursting out. Going to be able to block in this situation. Going to be getting forced into the signal. Why was that a high-low? They were in the air!
Dude, how do we stop Sykes? It seems like that's the question that's running through Wakando's head at the moment. 5 Bs of stuff on assist calls. Oh my god, you're whiffed. That means you're stuck here. Gotta hold the mix.
Dead character? Maybe? Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the minimum scanning on that super is, frankly, pretty strong. Gonna be able to mash out dead character, maybe? Oh yeah, mystery moves, baby! Hey! Let's go! Kill? No.
Nice!
Oh my god, she died? I'm really bad at Will to Kill, evidently. So, someone put that on Will to Kill, please. Not gonna be able to get the Astral, even if they did have more resonance to work with, but chipping away at both these characters, getting the health lead that you're gonna need against both of them. Reset? Whoa. Man.
You know what? We take those.
Yeah, that's one of those mix-ups that work once in a lifetime, and yeah, I think that's what you needed to win this kind of round, because that was really bad for Wakando initially.
Man, not even just not what he needed in order to win this round. I think this is what he needed to like win the game. Like that was in no shape or form a Wakando game. Like that was not like a game where like Wakando had like full control, was able to make it like happen, or they were kind of going back and forth. It was just pure like Azrael like 1v2 outplay that was allowing for them to get it. So, you know, mentally they have to feel like a little bit more at ease going into this without having the burden of doing a reverse sweep at play. However, there is still very obviously some kinks that they need to work out within the 2v2 game here against Sykes. So we'll see if they'll be able to do that. But yeah, phenomenal comeback that they were able to implement there.
Absolutely agreed. Now, what would be going through their head throughout the last minute or so? Because I think after that game, Sykes would have to like think about what he wants to do. Because like we said earlier, he has a strong autopilot. He has a strong game plan in general. So getting put in the situation that he did just now just kind of fucks with your mental a little. So even if what you were doing before was working really well, you just need to shake it off and not think about it as much, so that even if you are put in that situation again, you're able to deal with it effectively. And go ahead.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
I'm sorry, I heard something. But the only thing I'm going to hear from now is DPing away from our worries. Interesting Bezio there, because if they did tech forward, that was not something that we're going to have to worry about. That would have been really funny if that push block went straight into the 4P. Oh,
I'm sorry,
no,
I'm
crossing
cracking
under?
up at the amount of Growler interaction I've seen with Bezio within the past 30 seconds.
Yeah, there was like at least 2 of them within that one spot. But it didn't really lead to much because now we're back in the same situation with the solo Oz. Oh no. Yeah, no, you tried to do the dash cancel there, but that was another DBZ thing. We're just mashing, man. We're pressing that button. When you have no recovery on that 5A, do you care? And Sykes is telling the answer that I think we're all needing. Yeah, no.
Smart.
No, you definitely get to play that safe there. I don't know if Oz could do a Wake Up Growler, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Gonna be able to wake up Super of their own, and that's gonna be game 2, going to Sykes.
Man, it's just causing the question. What does Wakanda do here, right? Obviously, they're playing the Yumi-centric game. Yumi is point for a reason, to try to allow for Heart Growler to nullify BZO and then work from there. But it just did not seem to work out in their favor. So it looks like the Heart is coming out. I like it because, you know, in those interactions where you do have Growler, you know, eating away, there's a more possibility that Heart might not be on the ground just with like her homing and everything, or just have a couple more escape options available, or just, you know, break the persona at round start, almost guaranteeing a happy birthday.
Yeah, those kind of happy birthdays are the things you're gonna need to get a lot here. And oh my god, I didn't block that. That was super fucked up. Gonna set up the BZO into the neutral here. Oh wow, yeah, that 4P actually playing a big part in avoiding the situation here. The 6P of the gods right now, and I know that Adachi's not really doing much with these BZOs, but like, the lockdown is so annoying for Wakando here, that even if there's no real mix-up to speak of, it's just constant pressure, and the Heart, the character that they were banking on for this 4th and potentially final game, is already out of the picture. Once again, solo Azrael. And we gotta get the hit. And in this kind of situation, how are you gonna do that? I think that's the answer that Wakando is gonna have to figure out within the next 5 seconds of resonance time.
Yeah, the thing about the way Wakando has been playing the 2v2 is like, although, okay, sure, like Azrael Growler is like something that you can pull out to nullify BZO, it is still a bit telegraphed, right? Because I mean, like, at the end of the day, so long as Sykes is cycling the gameplay of like, oh, I'm going to cycle my action in order to get a BZO out there, that then makes it predictable to where he knows that as a counterplay, Wakando's going to throw out Growler assist. And so if you're able to constantly cycle that, the probability that Wakando will cycle any other assists that are a little bit more offensive centric, that are a little bit more catered towards getting their game plan started, it's minimal. So I understand the counterplay at hand there. It's just a matter of like more things in the 2v2 that need to be solved there for Wakando to prosper. But for now, great on Sykes. So able to get that full victory altogether. We'll be moving on within the top 8. And it's Wakando that will be finishing in 7th place here and 2 points on the scoreboard, leaderboard.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Wakando for making it as far as they have. What a strong showing for someone that didn't even get to play on stream that much. Like, I think they got 2 sets total. They didn't do well the first time because of the one that they had to play, and unfortunately had to deal with the monster that is Sykes. So, despite that, making such a strong performance is nothing to be scoffing at. So fantastic stuff to Wakando for making it as far as they did, and putting themselves firmly within the eyes of so many people that have been watching so far. But we're going to be needing those eyes to be focusing, drilling in onto the next few matches, because we're going to be having Caterade versus E2 Deku. I've hyped up Deku as the hard reader, and I've hyped up Caterade as the analytical professor. So these are like the most foil kind of players you could possibly get. There's not quite a bigger dichotomy between players than these two. So I really want to see the conversation that they go about here, talking to one another, figuring out what their likes and dislikes are, what they like to eat for dinner on a really long night after a long shift at their retail job, some shit like that. And there's going to be a lot of that within this set.
Yeah, my big question was if Caterade was going to be going to Katsuki or Weiss. It seems like Weiss is the, or sorry, that's totally Weiss Schnee, y'all. No, it looks like Akatsuki is what they settled with. And I mean, based off of like the fundamental, at this point, 5.5-year-old blender situations that Yang Ruby can put you in, having a parry like a Katsu's can be nice as an escape out of that, right? When it comes to the sandwich situation, such just to kind of plant that seed within your opponent as they construct their offense. But yeah, this will be interesting. I'm excited to see this one.
Agreed. I do think the way that Deku likes to go about dealing with people preemptively in the air is going to be a lot more difficult when you have the movement options that Akatsuki does in the air. Eitatsu is such a strong thing to show that you gotta be super careful against these characters, but oh, almost as careful as... Oh, wow. Okay. That was super unfortunate for that Phantom Hate whiffing, but almost as unfortunate as this not confirming either! A drop combo across the boards. Both of these players fumbling their hits right now, just trying to get any kind of semblance of normalcy. Both of them clipping into something. Don't reversal! Don't do it!
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't know! He didn't know!
Yeah,
Oh,
he just put the mouse trap there with the cheese. E2 Deku was like, I'm hungry, and just clamped down immediately.
Wake up 236C? Excuse me? Huh?
Salute.
Are you good? Oh, getting hit on the overhead, but not confirming that either. Catering, what are you doing? What is happening?
Beyond Caterade,
my
I
God.
appreciate E2 Deku's willingness, because that's not the first time that we've seen them drop an IAD combo. They have basically a dropped combo OS of like, if it hits, I confirm the combo. If it blocks, I do another IAD. That's just embedded.
Yeah, almost as embedded as supering through the frame trap 5B into 2C. Clutching out that game that could have potentially been really bad. That was super unfortunate on Caterade's side. And no, let me not say anything towards Deku either, because there was a bunch of drops there too. But man, that would have been a heartbreaker if that kind of hit would have led to your demise. So thankfully Caterade was able to clutch it out. I don't really know how I want to see either of these players take what happened that first game, other than just a skill issue. That was probably the most skill issue game of all time.
That's the type of game that if you saw me offline and I'm in Caterade's point of view, you see me in between loading screens, I'm shaking my head no and drinking water in the load screens for the next match. Like, I won, but I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, that... it's just one of those feelings, almost as much of a feeling as getting hit by that kind of mix-up there. Nice push block to get rid of the plus frame situation. Didn't call the right assist to punish the 5B. Ooh, that was almost a really good shark to call out the firecracker. But didn't really lead to anything. Is going to be into a mix-up situation. He doesn't know! He doesn't know! Oh, that is the second time there's been a knowledge check on both sides here. And Deku did not guess correctly. I like the pop onto the resonance here. Gonna be able to swap the character? No, a little too late into the CC. Gonna be killing the Kurogane if we don't drop this. Didn't even need to spend the super, most likely. Yeah, gonna be a dead character. Even out the health pools. Nice backdash! What the hell?
Bro, that was some Street Fighter 6 right there. Yo, he's moving. Look at him go.
Look at him move! Oh, come on, Cade. Cade, please.
Bro, I love this Yang Xiaolong champion. Yo, we're not even gonna do super. We just want to do.
Why is he mashing? Why is he mashing? What happened? ¿Qué haciendo? ¿Qué pasó?
You told me. You told me.
Look, I know I was gassing up Caterade's decision making, but sometimes he just fucking does shit. I don't get why. What was the thought process? Was there a thought process? I don't know. I really shouldn't care. But I'm lingering on that shit. You could have won that game.
I was too busy laughing at Yang to say anything notable. I'm sorry.
Yeah, a valid response, honestly. That's probably the best way to go about it. Tried to double parry. Maybe they thought they were going to go for a firecracker. Nice reaction to the 4P to try and call their own, but didn't really get much with it. Going to be able to get grabbed by Deku here. And lead into a potential blender situation. Don't call your assist. Yeah, okay, recognizing the situation. Didn't meaty properly. Maybe tried to delay the meaty? But gonna be able to... Oh my god, you got a side swap too? This character's kind of bullshit.
We need more Yang players. She's so funny.
Nice defense on K-Drade's part. Just slowly playing the patience here. I like the idea to stay crouching despite jumping there, because they did try to use the preconceived knowledge that you would start blocking high just out of fuzzy blocks. But no.
Oh!
I don't know how I feel about that, because even if you did punish the DP with a command grab, they weren't dead. You still don't get a punish off that.
It's still the statement that's being made. Oh my gosh. Defensive options. Do I block? Do I push block? Do I DP? Do I backdash? We 5B. E2 Deku on a roll right now. Somebody, where are the brakes? There's no brakes in sight. It's just full acceleration all the way to the finish, seemingly.
Yeah, no, that's probably a statement. I know you said that earlier with the first one that happened, but man, and I don't even think Cade like crouch blocked that first hit. That was, he just got hit standing. I don't know, man. I'm like trying to think of what could have been going through his head, but no, just stop thinking that. There's no analytical shit happening here. These two are just pressing buttons. And Catery is just gonna have to press buttons better than Deku here to make something happen, because I don't know, this isn't working the way that I thought it would be, and I don't think that is the same case for Cade too. Fuzzy jump, nice. Gonna be able to 2B the assist, just timing it really well. Again! Okay, didn't get the hit that they thought they were gonna get, but come on.
Bro, just super. Just take the bait again. Aw, dang. We've learned our lesson.
Yeah, adaptation at its finest. Cade's really trying to make something happen here, but I like the more passive play on Deku's side. Oh no, didn't kill.
Shimmied. Bro, can E2 Deku be stopped?
Yeah, it's a block. Oh no, didn't punish because the hit stop was so low. Gonna be able to recognize the 5B there. Gonna be playing it really safe. Dash canceling. Nice tech on the throw. Good movement here too. Didn't get the confirm either. Tried to do it again. Oh my god. Did it a little early. Maybe he thought he was gonna push block? I don't
That's what I
really
think.
know.
I think it was a TRM check.
Yeah, probably. This is a guess for a character situation here. The one hit is gonna lead to death, and that's going to be it. Picks up the combo, and Deku 3-1 in Catery this early in bracket too. What a statement from Deku to just run away with the momentum after that first game. I don't think they lost a single game after understanding what was going on there. Putting Catery... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, that was decisive. Like, you rarely kind of ever see Caterade get overwhelmed. In fact, it's usually the opposite end of the spectrum. You see Caterade overwhelming people with that style of gameplay where they get the full read on you, and it's just non-stop offense from there. But that was pretty crazy that Deku was able to get that all going. And it's like, it's also so funny of like the nuance of actions that you see that are just like, was that intentional, or like what happened here? Like the JB doing the burst punish, but can I question it? He recreated the situation twice. He's too good.
Yeah. No, that was like, after he did it a second time, that was unfortunately like him just not seeing the spacing as he wanted to. But no, he probably knows that shit. That he's been playing this team for 5+ years. He's probably labbed out that kind of shit before. Man, what a player. E2 Deku really just continues to consistently impress me, and I love watching this guy.
Yep, he is the My Hero Academia Ultra Rumble.
Huh?
Moving on into our next match, we have Sonic-kun and Sykes coming right up. Losers quarters final, top 4 qualifying set. It's gonna be a banger. Can't wait.
Banger is correct.
That's the joke.
No, I get it. I get it. It just caught me off guard in the middle. Okay. Okay. Let me calm down. Sonic-kun versus Sykes. This is really just gonna depend on who can get the momentum first. I think Sykes has a slight edge because both of these characters are really good at dealing with Sonic-kun's team. Hard is gonna get swatted out by Ruby, and if there's ever a point where she backhoming, 6P is there to back her up. So he's covered on most situations here. I don't really think that there's much that Sonic-kun can do aside from maneuver around the assist in the way that he would prefer. Unless he just gets hit by AZO round start. That would also. Oh my god, what a mash! Is that minus?
You know better than me. Back homing, Sonic2 able to find an opportunity to get things started. Landed to a sandwich. We're gonna be swinging. Oh, S6P in the back in order to get the pickup. Ayo.
Yeah, tried to swap to the Adachi there, but was a little too late. Oh yeah, fuzzy push blocking. Just gonna be able to get out of the situation and recognize it. Not getting to confirm, and tried to block cross up here. Just gonna be setting up the BZO and doing the usual. Yeah, I like recognizing that Sykes goes for that specific block string a lot. And again, wait, it happened twice. It happened
keep
twice.
Your composure with some of the things that happen in these games.
What the fuck? Come on, man. Are you for real? You can't be. This is not a fighting game. This is not fighting games.
It's a stand-up comedy special. The circus is in town, but it is the S that is going down. Solo Heart coming in here for Sonic-kun. Not much damage done to the table of the Adachi, but we'll be able to make some ground with the incoming hit. 4 bars on deck. Good defensive Sykes, not tilted.
Just playing it out here, but I don't think that's gonna really matter too much because they're gonna be into a guess per game situation. Did not block low. That's a dead character. Sykes taking the momentum and cleaning out this game. I think this really just told exactly how I thought it was gonna go initially. This character is wild. This team is wild, and Sykes is the kind of player that you need to pilot it because you just gotta know. You have to understand how Sykes is to play against him, and even then, because these two have played quite a few times before, it hasn't made a difference. It just hasn't done anything. These two are in each other's heads.
Oh geez, it seems like it's so unfortunate for Sonic-kun. You know, you have this extremely mobile character, and you're like, I'ma fly around, and it seems like Sykes is always able to petition himself to be like, all right, fly into a sandwich then, go ahead. It just works out time and time again.
Yeah, no, he doesn't care about what happens a lot of time, unless that happens, because she needs it. Smile. I think most of the consistent hits that Sonic-kun have gotten in this set is just from him getting reversals. I don't think he's ever actually gotten a clean hit in neutral. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might actually just be not paying attention, but oh, I think you could have gotten the confirm here. It doesn't matter. Just gonna go straight into the super. Kill the character. Probably doesn't even need the second bar. Yep, there you go. Despite the health deficit, this is a 2v1. But both characters are single hit away from dying. So if we're not trading like that, we could be even worse. Yeah, just probably gonna go for the super. Oh no, dropped out of the 236B. I'm just trying to play it as safe as possible here. Neither person really wants to commit to anything. Sykes just backing off, getting himself out of the corner, and getting hit by the 2B detect away on the wrong time. Okay, that was the third. He really woke up with it 3 times.
Bro, I'm telling you, this game is so funny.
Okay, save the character. Save the character. That could have been really bad for this for Sykes if they lost the heart. But oh, they're still calling them.
Oh, that was such a good block on the attitude there from Sonic-kun. Getting the DP afterwards, could not kill Ruby. They're still in it. It can still happen. Uh-oh. Back homing is unfair. Oh my god.
This character's kind of bullshit.
Bros. BB tag, bros. Kill? It's over.
Oh my god, what a punish! Jesus Christ, the play on Sonic-kun's part was ridiculous.
Yeah, I think Sykes was just like overwhelmed. That's how the buzzsaw came out in the first place. They were trying to play the runaway game, trying to keep Heart out at all costs, playing it relatively safe, and then like the most risky maneuver that they did, aside from the Adachi Super, which is notable to like, you know, point out as well, because that was definitely like a please get off of me type of decision. Leading into the Ruby buzzsaw afterwards, it was just kind of notably unsafe, and it was just a matter of being overwhelmed. I feel is what led those decisions out of sight.
Yeah, like we were describing earlier, Sykes is the person that's usually overwhelming someone else. So when he's put in the same situation, it just seems like he's not really ready for it. And that's just the mind game that he has to play. He's not thinking about this kind of thing. And I feel like that's going to be a lot more mental damage than anything Sonic-kun could have done to call him out prior. That's probably the craziest thing that could have happened there, and I don't think it's affecting him that much right now, because he's just doing his thing. And good for him, honestly. He knows what he's doing. I think that was the one time doing a back jump was not a good idea. Tried to air with the surprisingly forward JA, but didn't get much off of it. Tried to burst out. Gonna be back in a neutral situation. Not able to confirm off of the hit. Slowly just trying to make something happen here. Both sides. What? Huh? Was that a DP? Nice block on the instant overhead. Didn't cancel in anything. I don't think S gets cancel options on block. Probably not, no. So, yeah, that was a good choice to punish from Sykes there. Getting a lot of damage for it, too. I really love Sykes' optimization on his combos, too, because that does a lot more damage than you would think. And nice call out on the low. Gonna be able to carry all the way to the corner here and let Sonykun start his pressure. Instant overhead. Just gonna be able to block it out. Nice call out on the fuzzy jump. Guess for character. Nice tech into the corner, not ready for them to go there. Oh my god, getting hit by the cross of 5P. Dead characters? 2? Oh no, didn't go for the 236 BC. Just gonna go for the cross raid and set up the Bizio. I actually like what Sykes does there. He always sets up the Bizio to where it hits the full screen instead of anything else. So he's always controlled regardless of the situation. Didn't confirm the hit, wasn't able to do anything with that. Couldn't even swap into the AZO. Nice block once again. Oh, the defense on Sonykun's part is so good, but...
It is, but at the same time, like, a lot of resonance has been drained on their end, so that as a comeback factor is a little bit off in the distance. Just feels like they've been playing a super big chase game. It hasn't really been getting much started. Good luck.
Nice. Yeah, I like the landing on the JA. Gonna be able to use the Buzzsaw to try and lock down the heart as much as possible. I like using that just to get heart, get the Adachi in. Like, that's probably what you want at this point, right? Because the Ruby is one hit away from dying. You could probably call them as an assist and get away with it for the most part. Command grab? Yeah. Okay, they screwed it up, but I knew what they wanted there. That was probably... Oh my god, no! The misinput! They wanted Gunshot AS! And that's gonna be so huge! Yeah, taking the throw. Both of them just ready. They're going to be able to pop into the resonance here. Oh, what a blunder, but it doesn't look like he's out just yet. Sonykun playing an insane defense. What is the pressure here? Nice pickup. This is reminding me of Cam vs. Yui, but unfortunately not blocking the easy. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so tense. These sets are so tense. Oh my god.
I was just watching that and I'm just like, man, how much denial of space can one fighting game player take? Like, bro was over there. You know the meme video where a dude is like slapping on his keyboard and sweating, like he's like doing the speed run. Like, that was definitely Sonykun piloting heart within like the last, I don't know, 70 seconds of that match. It's like, sheesh, almost able to pull it out. Definitely made Sykes work for it. So there has to be a slight feeling of relief on Sykes' end, but Sonykun should be feeling powered up. Now you get to play that same game, but now you have assist. So if you just keep that up, surely something can go your way.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. I'm out of breath.
That's crazy.
I'm just like Sonykun's probably out of fucking patience for this shit. I think he has been in that exact block string like 4 fucking times. Dead character? No, this is a burstable situation. Yeah, just gonna change up what's happening here, and go into the combo here. You're not bursting into heart. You're not doing that. You're just gonna let the ass take the hit here. Nice block on the 5C. Didn't get the punish. I don't think you can punish that 5C actually. I think he's -4, but man, I like how Sykes commanded so much respect from Sony. He just did not want to walk into that assist. It didn't matter. Dead character. S didn't do shit. Man.
And yeah, he's right back where he started from the previous round, just with more health to take down. 10 Sonic can do it. Only a level 1 resonance as well. Okay, cycling the offense pretty well here. Keeping it burst safe.
Oh my god! Punish?
Hey, batter swing. Big damage on the table for Heart Ino. Okay, Sykes out of the corner. Keeping the offense going, back homing, we capitalize on that beautiful presence of mine on the push block, avoiding the air block, but we can't kill the Adachi. How did you block that? Nah, bro.
The awareness that has to be present on both players' part for this to be real is so insane. But almost as insane as this combo is going to be and if it's going to be able to kill. Can I be probably waiting until the CC comes out? Yeah, I'm just going to keep it as simple as possible. Dead character. Sykes. Taking it 3-1 over Sony-kun. What a fucking set. Both these players need to pat themselves on the back. That was crazy.
Indeed, that was definitely something. I mean, like, good stuff on Sykes for just being able to hold the ground and maintain control over the matchup, all things considered. Because at the end of the day, it is kind of like their willpower and willingness to keep holding on that allowed them to get this 3-1 victory. But I mean, shout out to Sony-kun. They're going to be going out there in 5th place. They'll be able to get some points on the leaderboard. But man, they were really mentally in it the entire time. And even though they're going to be going out of this tournament, they're going to be going out with a lot of heart.
I really hope they couldn't hear that drum just so you sound like an idiot.
I fucking hate you so much for
I
doing
hate
it.
you so much.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm so
I
done.
can't.
I'm
I
so-
can't.
I'm clipping you. I'm putting you on Twitter. I'm making the tweet longer now.
That's fair. Accurate response. And that's going to be setting us up for our winners finals. We're going to be rolling away into the Chop Suey and Ryazo match up the bat. It'll be a banger of a BB tag set if I do say so myself.
That's yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sure like the grueling taxing commentary duty of that match immediately followed up with like the worst pun ever is just a very where am I type moment. But no, we're still here. We're still live with Masters of the Azure. We got a top 4 solidified. This is the nitty gritty.
Yeah. This is the cream of the crop right here. All 4 of these players are the ones that have worked ridiculously hard for it, and I am here for both sides of it. However, before we get into our top 4, we have quite a few more people that have been watching recently, and I want to quickly go over what we're doing here, what this is, and why you should care. So, actually, wait, no, he just started the match. God damn it! You know what? We'll do a top 3.
Right,
this is more important anyway. We got it. How you feel about this matchup?
I think the question at hand is not how I feel about this matchup. It's about how Ryazo feels about Chop Suey. Because, like, Chop, I said it on CEO Talk Commentary, I said it with them playing them. You know, when it comes to, like, zoning type of playstyles within this game, Chop feels very confident against them. Confident against the Hildas, confident against the Nines, and he displays it in the way that he plays. It's the reason why he was able to win CEO Taco in the first place by taking down Elon. Granted, in a very close set, but was able to do it regardless, got the job done, so I don't know. I think that confidence that Chop Suey had displayed against these type of playstyles is going to be a matter of Ryazo cracking that, and Chop's a tough cookie to crack. Very strong player. Champion for a reason. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I just noticed an interaction that I'm going to be paying very close attention to. I've actually been playing a couple casual sets with Ryazo recently, and I've been playing Chie Yumi. I don't know how prepared Ryazo is for punishing Chie if she uses DP as an escape option on the unblockable. That was a very telling situation that just happened. I'm going to be paying close attention for the entire set.
That's probably only something you would notice as a fellow 9 player and a fellow Chie player, because both of those interactions are really not something you would feel comfortable with otherwise. That's how you know both these players are masters of their craft. They play these characters quite a bit, and that's ultimately going to lead to them playing their hearts out here. As we're seeing right now, didn't go for the save jump, surprisingly. I don't know what the thought process was there, but they definitely know something I don't. And almost going to be able to punish there, a little too high off of the ground. Doesn't have the meter to punish here. Tried to go for 2-3-6C. I guess they just wanted the meaty. That probably makes the most sense. Nice teleport to be able to get out of that sandwich situation. Going to be able to call out the assist. Chop can't call Chie, basically, until she heals a little more, because any hit is basically going to mean death. Yeah. Now that it's a little higher, it's going to be better, but this is still really scary.
Oh man, push blocking both 9 and Yumi created the breathing room necessary in order to at least trade which is way better than whatever situation Rialto was about to set up. So Chie is holding up. She's gonna be coming in. Rampage time is activated. Blocks the 5BB. He knows because I do it all the time. It's my favorite mix-up in the game. But wasn't ready for the Azure pressure to follow. Not enough to kill, but Chop Suey does have the life lead.
Yeah, and with that life lead, it looks like they're probably gonna make this work, but gonna be able to clip this out with the assist, calling it super unfortunately, and getting hit by the JA on landing. What an anticlimactic way to kill that first round. Holy shit. That could not have gone worse for Ryazo through that last 15 seconds, despite the really good play we were sawing prior. I really think the reluctance to chill on the assist calls is going to be their undoing here. They're so frugal with how they call their assist, and that's really going to be a detriment towards a team that can as easily chip you out. I don't know.
You're talking about Rialto's assist calls?
Yeah, Rialto's assist calls, because the reason he lost that was because of that.
Yeah, I agree. You could tell even in the way that match was playing out, because Rialto was definitely at a point where he could have pushed his advantage, and Chop Suey just kind of up backing and throwing out Beast Sonic Sabers, but throwing them in an angle of which, like, if Yumi was called, she was going to get punished. And, like, Rialto couldn't really figure out a way to, like, capitalize on that, right? Because, like, Chop Suey can't call Chie in that position and just couldn't really figure out a way to close the distance and, like, lock down Azure. So I'm in wholehearted agreement with you there.
Yeah, I'm glad we can see eye to eye almost as much as Ryazo cannot see with his own eye this mix-up. But thankfully was able to get out and just call his own assist, try and get something started within this neutral here. Oh my god, the teleports? Wasn't able to do much with it, gonna be able to push out back here. Again, just put in situations where you are slowly being chipped out on your health. None of these hits really mean anything. But, you're feeling so uncomfortable throughout the whole thing. And yeah, look, character's dead! You weren't even ready for that 5C. I wasn't ready for that. I got hit. But, like, the mental game, you're so uncomfortable. What a punish, too! Chop Suey's in his head. He's in the zone right now. My man is... He's there. There are no other adjectives I can use to describe this. This is it. We also gotta clean this shit up right now.
What does a woke Chop Suey evolve into? Would it be like Pad Thai or like chow mein? Like, I don't know. What's the generational evolution in Pokemon for Chop Suey? What does it evolve into? You don't have to interact with us, by the way. You can commentate the match.
I want to say level 36. This guy evolves straight into... What is it called? You know the noodles that everyone buys when they're poor? That is easily the best...
Instant ramen?
It's the best kind of ramen. Yeah, no, that's not even an insult. Instant ramen is the best kind of ramen because it's reliable, you know, you can count on it, it's right there. Almost as much as I can rely on these setups opening you up because who the fuck blocks that? And apparently Ryazo, oh shit! Oh, no, okay, never mind, I gassed him up too much, I'm sorry. That's my fault, Fuck. I messed up.
All good. Chop Suey got it 2-0 victory. Before proceeding, let me know if you ever do visit SoCal. I'll show you some ramen. There is some stuff that's better than the instant stuff. But beyond that, Chop Suey's consistency and just kind of like isolating the team comp here, taking down a 9, and kind of seamlessly navigating the neutral is telling. Like this is what I feel like players have been having a problem with, is like being able to counterplay 9, being able to lock her down, and not like succumbing to what she's able to bring to the table. And yeah, that just hasn't been a factor here at all. Chop's been just playing everything so insanely confidently. Look, the Hendon's like almost dead already. It's so over.
The spacing? Jesus Christ, man. And how comfortable do you have to be to schmoove on someone this hard? Like, dude.
Yeah,
God
against
damn.
the character that like a lot of people like struggle to get in on. Chop Suey's just like, well, actually, like, you know, I have a pretty good feeling of where you're gonna go and what to meet you with and to make your life hell rather than mine. So, cool. Are you dead?
Yeah. No, he's. I think he's dead.
GG's.
Wow. I know he's a lawyer. Call him fucking Phoenix Wright because he hit him with the goddamn turnabout right now. 3-0 winners finals. Chop Suey moving on to grands in a ridiculous fashion. That was crazy. Wow.
He's pretty good at BB tag. Pretty good at BB tag. Chop Suey. Yeah, I mean, Rialto definitely put within unfamiliar territory as it relates to the run thus far. I mean, granted, we didn't see the Rialto versus E2 Deku match that went 3-2. But even then, I gotta imagine that was much of more of a slow burner than this one, where it's just like Chop Suey just like knows how to maneuver, like knows where to position themselves like across the screen, and has an idea of what Rialto wants to do, and just like locking them down, calling them out. And 9 is supposed to be the single player game. She's supposed to be the one that like cycles her offense, and then you're just like, welp, I guess it's GG's. But kind of having that flipped against him, and just not being able to play with 9 was the result of that one. Chop Suey, how does he do it?
He's just that guy. Similar to how Sykes went about dealing with Serene earlier within, I believe it was the first match of the night actually. Not letting 9 breathe just kind of nullifies any kind of issue you would have on the defense against them. You don't really have to do much. Like, once you get that hit and once you force them into that knockdown, as long as you stay on top of them, it doesn't matter. Like, she will eventually get hit. She doesn't have good mash options. Her DP is really small and slow. So spacing around it like Chop did, that's probably the best way to go about it. Almost like the best way to go about explaining to people what this tournament is going to be elaborating right now before we get into this next match. So, just like I tried to do before the Chop Suey match, I was so rudely interrupted. You can make up for that by donating to the Matrino, by the way, smile. We are playing in a circuit, or better known as a season of BB Tag. This is 5 consecutive prelims where all players are going to compete for points to get into the finals to win the prize pool you see within the bottom of the screen. $505! That's spread throughout the top 3, which will eventually go to the top 6 and the top 8, depending on how much money we get in there, to $750 to $1,000, maybe even a little higher than that. And it's going to be even crazier as we get further in, because people are going to be fighting for those points. We are going to be seeing people go at it. And just to give a quick refresher on how the points work, depending on your placement, first place gets 8 points, then second place gets 6, third place gets 5th, and then it goes down 1 depending on how low you get. But even if you don't get top 8, you will always get at least 1 point, which will put you over anyone who doesn't participate within the last few. So you make the choice on whether or not you want to participate early on, or if you want to just steamroll through last within the last couple of prelims. You have that choice. And if you want to win that money, that is up to you. But for the players that are currently within the top 4, they are already well within the bracket to make a great amount of those points. Chop already in grands. These 3 fighting in losers. We're going to see just how many points each of them accumulate throughout the rest of this night. Starting, or should I say finalizing, with Sykes versus Deku, the Ruby mirror that we've been waiting for all this time.
Yeah, this is a battle of Ruby never falling out of the meta. You have one of her previously most game-defining teams on one end in the form of Yang Ruby, into the Ruby team of the present within Adachi Ruby, which is a very 2.0 centric team. She's just, how does she do it? One of the most consistent characters of all time in BB Tag, it feels like.
It probably helps that your game kit is just kind of made for a game like this. You were designed for BB Tag, so naturally you're going to be pretty good within the system. And didn't receive a lot of nerfs, so we could kind of see a lot of these strengths just continuously going into it, and these 2 Rubies going at it is probably just as funny. Like, oh, what a shark there. Oh, tried to do the IAD reset again, but fucked it up. I don't think Sykes was even blocking that either, so I think we're good. Oh my god.
I'm very concerned with how well that almost worked. Like, I think if there was a 2B in there, E2 Deku actually could have escaped that scot-free.
Okay, we talked about, why did he call assist? Is he dead? Yeah, Yukar is super here, right? No, okay, it was a little weird on the situation there. Just gonna be going straight into super? Okay, I was a little worried that was not gonna hit because of the height difference, but thankfully that was not the case. Adachi just kinda does shape middle work. Okay. Why were they both choosing the
I
layer
was gonna
4
say,
there.
no, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know what informed the actions on either side there. Like, I don't know why JC was the option, but I also don't know why that super was the option. I don't know, because that was the last thing I expected from either side.
I was talking about Cade and Chop being in each other's heads. These two are like dissecting each little fucking fold within their frontal lobe. That was like some surgical dissection type shit. I'm
sorry.
God
I'm cracking
damn it.
up at E2 Deku's willingness to not block sandwich situations and instead try to predict when a strike is coming and 5B it. He's using 5B like an Akatsuki parry.
With the lack of lows that have been shown off so far, it's working. It's definitely doing something. So why fix what isn't broken? Just play the neutral, just not letting either side really get a concrete hit. Both are kind of feeling each other out right now. Neither wants to commit to anything crazy. And oh wow, nice confirm is what I would have said. Oh my god, can't kill? Yeah. Oh no, I think they blocked high there for a second too. That was really unfortunate, but gonna be... Oh, was that like a tech chase? I think? Nice block. I think I don't know why they wanted to push block there. No cancel?
Yeah. I think it was really unfortunate to bring Gang in like that. She got to activate the Resident, but you're bringing her in without a burst, without a cross combo, so if she got hit, she dies. That's immediately what happened. That won't kill...
Yeah,
what do we do?
That's a guess for character. Tried to throw. Sykes the up back machine. My man is just holding up for his life. He doing shit right now. Yo, the Adachi high low?
the absolute sealed away text not to be seen by humanity. The Adachi high low.
Is this what Monkey was concealing from the Adachi doctors? What? Huh? What? Why?
Maybe he thought that he was still playing Gang and wanted to do 5B as a reversal option to nullify the sandwich. That's my guess. I don't know.
No,
I can't get as deeply embedded within the heads of these two players as they are for each other at the moment.
No, that's not what I'm asking. Why did he not DHC? He had 4 bar.
Oh, I don't know.
He was dead.
See, I didn't even notice that. Like, see, maybe they didn't even notice that. The match is going so fast, you know. Like, there's just so much chaos going on. Like, we can't, like, be knowledgeable of our meter. We just gotta play with our hearts. If I think I have 4 bars, then I have it. But if I think I don't, then I don't, you know?
How hard is it to hold the button? Almost as hard as it to hold the fucking 2B. Because we are getting anti-aired in this bitch. God damn, what a hit. The trade on the 4B too? Nice cross-up on the button as well. Nice hit on the low, recognizing that Sykes is just holding up in a lot of these situations. I'm gonna be calling him out for that as well. He did it again. He played with the notion that Sykes was going to adapt. He did not. Ooh.
I think E2 Deku needs more, probably like strike throw on their mix rather than trying to go for the Yang high low. Because it feels like Sykes has been able to constantly escape the Yang 5Cs and JCs.
Yeah, no, he's been holding up a lot of that. He tried it again. I hate this guy, bro. Stop.
Nah,
you get cross-rated for it. You hold that.
She burns. Oh, this is so sad.
Man, I would not want to be in this situation. I don't want to. I'm really glad I'm not the one playing against Sykes right now because I would be out of my fucking mind. This shit is crazy. Oh no, Sykes. This guy. How did you get hit low? Where was the mix-up? Come on! What is happening? Please. I beg. I'm holding out for hope that we have a shrivel of understanding. Please. It's like taking a 3-0.
That's the understandable. That's the comprehensive part of this set is that Sykes does take a 3-0 over E2 Deku. We'll be moving on within the losers finals. A very explosive run that E2 Deku has had within the bracket. Man, I love commentating me an E2 Deku match, and that's exactly why. He is such a fun player to watch. I hope that inspired some viewers to pick up some Yang Xiaolong. Just play Yang. She looks great. And Nitu deck is definitely great. But yeah, that does set up for Sykes versus Riazo. These two are on opposite ends of the bracket, so this is their first time meeting within this respective tournament. And control has kind of been the name of the game for both of them, right? A lot of Sykes' comfortable pockets has been a matter of being able to, of course, control the neutral game with Adachi, getting hard reads, and then imposing their will as they do when they are able to get the lockdown with the BZOs and such. Riazo, on the other end, has been able to really kind of rely on the assists as a matter of control and running away with 9 until opportunity strikes and making you cry. So we'll have to see how they both kind of dance around each other. I'm really interested to see. I don't know. Have these two been playing a lot recently? Like, I don't know how much matchup experience they have against each other.
Oh, fuck, I don't know. That's a good question. I could not tell you.
Riazo did say Sykes beat me in bracket every time we fought, so.
Damn. If that's the case, then yeah. I could see it, because Riazo has been playing a lot more calculated recently. This team requires a lot more precision than I think he would like in this kind of matchup. And I don't think he wants to play Makoto into this fucking team. So, like, yeah, I think this is just an unfortunate case of not having a very good matchup. I don't know if Adachi does well into 9, but Ruby definitely does. And Sykes is the kind of player to overwhelm you with that kind of shit. So if Riazo didn't have a game plan, then I look forward to see how he deals with this.
The thing about the Adachi in this matchup, especially if it's 9-centric, is how much bar is Riazo going to be able to maintain to make bad Zeo calls? Which, well, I shouldn't say bad, but otherwise safe Zeo calls unsafe with the EX Fist. Yeah, that's the big thing that 9 has going for her, is like locking that down and requiring Zeos to be a little bit more airtight in order to get off.
Speaking of airtight, how did he get hit by that?
He's been so used to being able to zoom around in the skies, he didn't factor in just a constant beam and hitbox being there and forgot, oh yeah, I'll be like unsafe if I fly into this.
Yeah, you're adding rhyme and reason to the batshit insane self. I like the use of the projectile in order to beat out the fireball there. I think that was probably one of the few times where Fireball did control a lot of the space on the screen. Because the neutral, almost as good as the hard read as that just happened right here. Gonna be able to carry to the corner, but dropping the 2766, and calling out the Azio too! I thought he recovered for a second. I would have been so sad, honestly. Oh, that flashed.
What? So that was such a weird wake-up option, but yeah, it worked out. Just active hitboxes on screen will clash with a projectile. That is how fighting games work.
Yeah, that is indeed fundamental at its finest. Almost as much as running behind the fireball is for Riazo. Because this, oh shit, dead character.
Bro.
What could they have done there? I'm actually curious. I don't really know. Like, that seemed like a really unfortunate situation.
Yeah, I don't really know what the play was. This is not awful. Kept it safe. Oh, you're gonna have to push block the Ruby. What? I'm so surprised that they're doing for the punish on the Ruby. They did the push block and everything.
Maybe they just buffered the button during block stun. I know that happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
It's difficult to really say in the moment, but yeah, I could see that happening. And something I do want to see Sykes doing more is hitting this 236A out of the startup, because Rial's has been doing it in like situations where it's a lot more difficult for him to like justify using it. Oh my god, the anti-air bait. The 4? What? Did he like delay tech? Is that what Sykes did?
I don't know.
Man, that's damn. All right.
Get ready.
And either way, Riazo able to bring it back with the Solo 9. Solo 9, in my humble opinion, is definitely like one of the best solo characters. She's great. She has multiple things going in her favor. Resonance is insane for kind of like locking out escape options by getting rid of the burst. And even when that's not the case, like she's just well equipped to play her own game even against some duos within the game.
Yeah, but as good as your duos can be, You gotta block the 5Cs too. I don't think that's happening. Ooh, I like the use of parry into assist there, just being able to call it prematurely. Wasn't able to punish the Bezio, but did get a full confirm off of it regardless. Reversing the situation, gonna throw Sykes into this hit. I don't know how I feel about bursting. I guess you don't really want the Adachi in here no matter if it was gonna kill. So fair enough, and was able to get the throw bait here. So gonna carry to this side of the corner and potentially get the kill. Oh no, didn't get the air hit meaty that they wanted. Gonna be able to swap out into the Adachi here and just kind of return to the neutral that they want. Oh shit, I didn't see that happening either. What the fuck?
Yeah, that was just one of those speed attack situations, right? Or is just like, I think that was very like not anticipated on both ends. It just unfortunately ended up being that equated to Adachi's death. So solo Ruby from here on out here for Sykes.
But this isn't looking that bad though. Gonna be cashing out into the super and just grabbing the character. No fear, no safe jump, no nothing. Just did it. And 9 gonna have to work their way out of this corner here. Interesting JC. I want to say they try to do something else. It doesn't have the resonance time to go into Astral and kill here, but they are going to be wasting a lot more of Ryazo's time. Try to go into 236C. The punish? Oh no, that he would just didn't block that. Yeah, playing the throw game. Yeah, I like that throw actually, because that way you weren't able to deal with the 236C. But nice hit, catching the mash there after the teleport. Sykes evening out the score here, 3-1.
Yeah, I think Ryazo, when Ruby is on the chase down like that, I mean, Ryazo has obviously been playing extremely teleport heavy neutral within like the entirety of their games. They need to mix up between teleport and like JA. Because like although like, you know, Ruby isn't like awful within the air-to-air department against 9 in that regard, you do still need to have some wherewithal to try to contest her sometimes and not be as predictable on the defense there. Because if you're just like cycling between like block DP and teleport, that's all grounded options. You know, you need to be able to take some skies as well and like really kind of play the back and forth game there.
Yeah, back and forth between the air and the ground, just like Ryazo was able to show there. Was that a cross-up? Damn, that was kind of fucked up. Almost as fucked up as this character potentially being dead? The burst? Oh wow, you actually involved through that. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. That's weird, but I see why that would be the case. Air stalling? Yeah, no, you can't do that against 9. Wasn't able to get the pickup here. Sykes just kind of jumping out of the situation, calling 5P. And nice hit on the Vizio. Gonna be able to throw this character. I think they would have gotten hit if the Sykes DP'd, but it doesn't matter. You're gonna be able to get the cross raid. Not spending the meter that they would want to otherwise. They didn't have any CC anyway, so it didn't really make a difference. Nice call out, recognizing the Vizio, and that's gonna be a dead character.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Sykes went for the Bezio at all. Against like either of these two characters, just doing that in neutral, no follow-up is ballsy. You got Yumi 5B, you have 9 Scarlet Vein. Yeah, that did not work out as Ryazo will be able to go up 2-1.
Yeah, I think Ryazo is just looking at what Sykes is doing and saying, no, that's fake, stop doing that. And swatting him out of the air when he's trying to set something up to achieve his goals. And granted, those goals are a little lofty. Setting up Bezio against, like you said, either of these characters, especially when you're that close, a little rough. Wasn't able to jump cancel in time, got caught up on jump start. Exactly what I said about the small DP there. Pretty slow, pretty everything, and you kind of have to deal with this. Get anti-aired, yeah. Picked up into a combo, and be able to do the full Adachi route here into the 5C.
Whoa!
What happened there?
Sykes wasn't blocking, but yeah, there wasn't a counter hit there. I think he was just genuinely surprised that Yumi 5A was able to reach that high. I think he thought that he was at a range where it would whiff if he actually pressed it, and it didn't. That was insane.
Yeah, and they just recreated that situation right there. They mashed the 5A on the air dash. I guess they were assuming that Sykes was gonna go for a situation where they reset pressure because they thought they were gonna push block, and in that case, yeah, that mash makes sense. Almost as much as this killing off of the JC. Jesus Christ, why did that do 10k? Okay, delayed the BZ a little so that Rialzo wasn't looking for it immediately. Gonna be able to destroy it this time. Confirm into the super. Nice stuff. This is a one-hit situation for this Yumi.
Oh, I think that was a guaranteed punish on the backdash because 9-6P does have that property that where if you cross combo it after a certain part of the animation, it comes out no matter what. So it's just a matter of Rialzo being able to visually confirm that and get the combo confirmed, as they did 3-1 over the losers finals. Rialzo's going to be advancing into Grand for a run back against Chop Suey.
I must be prepared at all times.
Yeah. Wow. What a great set. That was really good on Rialzo's part. I don't really have much more to say on that. That he recognized what he needed to do. He used the tools that his characters provided him in the situation Sykes wanted to create, and ultimately led to his demise. Sykes, like we said, if he's able to get overwhelmed, his neutral and defense does crumble a little more. But that means that if you're able to capitalize on that, then you are a lot less worried about what you need to do. And that's what Rialzo did. And now he has to do it again inside of the matchup between Chop and himself. This is a rematch, I believe, right? I believe they played earlier.
Yeah,
Quickly
they just
check
played
the
it
bracket.
winners finals.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure. And it did not go that well for them. That was a really clean 3-0 from what I remember. So I'm not really sure how Rialzo wants to approach the rematch here. What does he need to think about in order to effectively answer how Chop plays? I think he could take a little bit of inspiration from Cade in that regard, because the way he did play against neutral in Chop's regard was pretty strong too. So if he's able to capitalize the more passive play and neutralize the defense, he'll probably be fine. He would probably.
It seems like Rialzo's even teasing the idea of going Makoto Yumi as opposed to 9 Yumi within this set, which I find extremely interesting. So, I mean, like, on paper, I don't think the 9 Yumi comp, like, loses to Izuichie necessarily. It's just, like, Chop's outplay game was, like, just so there that he was able to take 3-0 as convincingly as it was. But no, truly, it was so convincing that Rialzo said, I just got to play a different team entirely. They're going to be pulling out the Makoto for this.
Mm-hmm.
Please lend me.
Yeah, I'm honestly curious about this one too. This
I'm not so good at following.
maybe it's just a comfort pick.
Absolutely.
I don't really know what Makoto offers in this matchup as opposed to 9, but we're gonna go fucking see now. Grand finals of the prelims happening now between these two players. Not a bad way to start the neutral here, but yeah, no, trying to air dash over, dealing with the DP, wasn't able to do much with that. Throwing out their own projectile. Ooh, neutralizing the air dash on their end, but wow. They are really using their projectiles to their advantage here. Anti-airing, didn't get the confirm, delayed it a little too much on that.
No freaking way, bro.
Is he dead? Is
I
he
think
dead?
so. I think so.
Come
Yeah.
on, you made one mistake.
You should just simply not DP to neutral while Chop Suey had 4 bars.
Oh yeah, I was thinking he was gonna reset too, but man, that's gotta be a moral hit. Like feeling that way. Oh, neutral jumped instead of doing anything else. Tried to air dash over, not getting clipped by the 4A. Just gonna call the resonance here. Oh, okay, interesting. Reset? No, just gonna go for the combo here. I don't think they're dead. No, definitely not, especially after spending that bar. They're probably just wanting to waste out the resonance here so that there's no chance of recovering any health, which is fair too.
Oh! The movement coming in here from Chop Suey, really putting Rialzo within the blender here on the sandwich, the push block, trying to fight for their life.
Yeah, all same side pressure here. Really just trying to keep it safe from any reversals on Rialzo's part, but not really getting anything out of the situation, so Chop could really just recreate that over and over again until he's correct. And with this health pool and the amount of time on the clock, you really have to make something happen. This is a 3-minute game, but like, it doesn't feel like it. Guessed wrong and got hit. It was inevitable at that point. It was just a matter of how many times you guessed right.
yeah, it was basically nothing favored Riazo in that instance. Even if you do have the good defense, like Rampage time was eventually going to happen, and that's just going to amplify Chop's game even more because then he gets access to meteors and EX Sonic Sabers and teleports, and yeah, you still need to land like 9 hits to win the game or something stupid. Like it was hard. So I mean, put up a good fight, showcasing how solid they could be within the defense department. But Chop Suey does take game 1, and then the Yumi's coming back out.
Yeah, they weren't feeling good after losing after one interaction. they saw getting 17k because they DP'd and said fuck that. Ooh, almost as much as that confirmed fucked too, because that was really good.
What?
Did I get the unblockable here? No,
I'm sorry, that was a very funny statement.
It's true, it was good. And almost as good as this pressure here because we are building up the writ. Wait, no, this isn't guilty here.
I thought you were saying building up the Riz.
No,
you're gonna say
building up
Risk.
the
I see.
wrist.
Yeah, building up the
yeah.
Riz here is Riazo. They're just swagging all over the place.
No, trust me, there is no Riz with 9 blocks stringing you. This character does not Riz you at all.
9 the Rizless over here.
Almost as Rizless as this fucking pressure. Go outside. Get some air.
Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry.
Telling someone to go outside in response to something they're doing in a fighting game is hilarious.
Speaking of going outside, this confirm is sending Riazo out to his. I'm saying words. Let me calm down.
Listen,
Holy shit.
the 9 is isolated. She has level 4 resonance. Now you may think that she's dead, but she's not. Chopsuey.com. What I was gonna say, 9 prominent 1v2 character, but Riazo just can't get anything started within any sense of this grand finals, of the winners finals. It's just been all bad. Everything's coming up Chop Suey, as Chop Suey's on a 2-0 run within this grand finals, a 5-0 run within the whole context of the set, respectively, if you factor in this tournament. And yeah, Riazo's just looking for answers at this point.
Get ready.
And answers are gonna have to come to him ASAP within this point because it is looking dire. But honestly, in the grand scheme of things, you don't really need to think about it that much because you are second on the leaderboards after this, regardless of what happens. So you keep placing like this, you don't really have to care. Like you're not getting any rewards for like winning this tournament. So I can't imagine that he's gonna play any differently than how he has been playing the first 2 games. He is going to do what he thinks is gonna work, and the mental game really just doesn't apply here. So as long as he's able to find that hit and get into the unblockable situation, he'll be fine. He just needs to get there, that's the problem. That's the only thing he needs to worry about. And that's mostly been the main issue. Yeah, like chipping down this 9. Spending resources on things that he probably doesn't want to be doing it on. And slowly chipping away at this 9's health. Oh wow, what a confirm.
Yeah, I think the initial ideology of that Sonic Saber was to snipe out an assist call, but GH just ended up hooking it up perfectly at that angle to get the confirmation. And Chop Suey has been playing insanely DP safe with their maneuvering throughout the entirety of this game. Finally able to get that call that they've been looking for, and Riazo is just looking lost out here.
Yeah, didn't block the overhead. Oh, wasn't able to confirm with the assist there. Was a little too slow on that. But gonna carry to the other side of the corner, most likely? Nah, it doesn't have the meter for it, but it's gonna force the situation. Nah. Yeah, no. The one thing about Yumi that is not particularly strong is that if she is not in the corner against you, her Oki's really not good. Oh my god, what an unfortunate fireball. I think that's dead. Yeah. There it is. Chop 3-0ing Riazo, about as clean as he did in Winners Finals, and taking the prelim with a swift 3-0 in Grands. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, good stuff to Chop Suey prevailing and doing so in phenomenal fashion within this bracket. Really only dropping 2 games throughout the entirety of it, dropping 1 to Sykes and 1 to Caterade respectfully. So, I mean, just obviously a phenomenal BB Tag player coming fresh off of winning the major at CEO Otaku. I know they have their eyes set on winning Frosties as well. So perhaps entering this series to have a little bit of a dinner money or fund a flight, fund some type of their expenses that will be needing for Frosty Faustings. But yeah, I guess it's up to them. One of a kind BB tag player, Chop Suey.
Yeah, Chop Suey is one of the players right now. I think he's been one of the most dominant, and I think he's shown that in spades tonight. Shoutouts to Chop, shoutouts to all of the players that came out to the bracket tonight. I think without a doubt in my mind, this was a great success. And you all watching, you all playing, everyone who helped run the event tonight, you all made that possible. So I appreciate every single one of you for coming out tonight. All 40 of you for watching consistently throughout this 3-hour stream. And informing yourselves of potentially getting a fat sack of cash. It's gonna be one hell of a journey to get there, and it's gonna be a while until we're able to crown a victor, but I think, if nothing else, this is a good way of starting us off. But before we go any further, I'd like to let our TO and bracket runner, G-Tech, get a few words in before we start going any further. What do you have to say for yourself?
That was a banger ass tournament. We ran pretty good, about a little under 3 hours for the event, so I will take that for a 16-man online bracket. We still have some codes in the Matcherino, about 29. All right, so they're still kind of going slowly but surely. But here's the thing: if we like clear the codes out, there's a possibility that we can have more codes added for further down the line. So it's really important to use those codes to show the team at Matcherino that, oh hey, this event is getting a lot of like interest and attention. Want to give it the love it deserves, essentially. Other than that, the chat interaction was great. We had a consistent 35 plus viewership for the tournament, and that's amazing. So thank you all to the viewers, and then thank you to you two for commentating as well. I always enjoy listening to you guys on the mic when it comes to BB Tag. I don't have anything else to say. Actually, you know what? I do have something else to say. If you are going to Frosty's, please make sure to keep an eye on the Frosty Fausting 16 chat. That it's in the IF Discord. I know Nuclear Taco is trying to get like an Airbnb together for the event, for like a BB Tag house essentially. So be on the lookout for that if you are going to Frosty's. And did not mean to push that, my apologies. What was the last thing I was going to say? Oh, the date of the next event is going to be October 29th. We're going to try to start it at 5 and maybe get a little earlier so that you guys aren't staying too long. But yeah, the next one's going to be October 29th. You can sign up for Prelim number 2 already on the Star GG page. And that's all I really got to say. And you guys want to show anything really quick before we sign off?
I was never book smart, I'm money smart. So when I'm given the opportunity to do a free 25-cent donation via Matcherino claim code, I do it. That's all I got.
I like that.
I'm gonna let you cook just because you helped us shill, but that that was almost as bad as the pun earlier. We'll do some quick shoutouts to all the people that are currently running tournaments on the side. House of Casuals every Saturday at 6:30. They are doing stuff on PC, probably one of the only consistent ones that are happening, alongside WNF, which happens every Wednesday. That rotates between PS4 and PC. I believe this week they are on PC? I believe Red was also here. You can quickly correct me about that if I'm wrong. But that's also always a good one. Always a lot of competition there. And speaking of competition, there's always the Big 8. There will be blood that is currently going on between them. I believe the finals are happening soon. So we're going to go ahead and see some fantastic action on their part as well. The Trading Mode Network, a new part to the scene, housing a unique side with the beginner and intermediate bracket. So if you do want to get into BB Tag and don't feel very comfortable competing in the normal brackets, this is a good way to start. So go ahead and check them out whenever you do. But I believe that is everything, and all of you are properly informed on everything BB Tag. So with that, we're going to go ahead and call it out for the night. Thanks for everyone for watching and staying tuned. This was IF, Masters of the Azure Prelims 1, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Deuces.